do this, boys.
Let's do this. Hey everybody, this is session 19 of the Goblodyssey. It's like the Odyssey, but with goblins. Hey,
What's up?
who remembers what happened last session? G-Pain, you were here 2 sessions in a row. Do you remember anything that happened last session?
Oh, this is crazy. We, no, not so good. I'm confusing this game and the other game, so I don't got
So
it.
we
I
went to
don't got it.
Citadel
I thought I had it.
Ninyar, and there was this devil we were talking to.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Let's
No.
dump the yarn on them. So we start off discussing what we're going to do on the boat. Squirrel obviously doesn't want to go back to Kirkee's Island, but understands the utility of what we're doing. While we're on the boat, Squirrel stinks at training the new raptor, despite Frankko's excellent help. They make some progress on the last day. Even suggests taking the raptor to Kirkee, and Squirrel sort of reluctantly agrees that this could be useful. Even goes to the watering. Even Puck and Gerhardt go to the watering hole. They get water. Discuss that they should be prepared for the dwarves to be fucking pissed. And even that's how Oric is quick to anger. Frankko and Squirrel wrangle turtle wrangling gear and ship stuff from the wreckages on the beach. We all get back together. We head to Kirkee's. She's amazed we're back so fast and with so much stuff. We tell her about what went on. We tell her about the compies. She's sad she can't have one. She's very interested in the severed heads that Even has kept from them. We discussed the possibility of other people, other eggs for peeps. We discussed whether any others from the ship made it. Even described some of the crew. Some halflings and the Birdmaster made it. No Lynn, no Opilius. Nobody that we like really want is around or easily accessible. We agree to the dwarves and turning back one by one. Kirkee needs a day to gather the necessary herbs. Gerhardt gets permission to plant gibbleberry bushes outside the villa. Kirkee confirms that her uncle is on top of Dino Island. More to come on that later. Squirrel trades the extra egg for raptor training. Kirkee does so by transforming into some beautiful glowing form, which he's watching through the spyglass. It enchants the raptor and nearly enchants Squirrel, viewed in a reflection. She tells the raptor, basically, Squirrel is your master in a weird language and then in the common tongue, and the raptor seems to understand. It at least is not snapping at him anymore and is very interested in pleasing him. Squirrel tells everyone about it. Frankko's very interested in the scene in terms of like a play and where were you standing and how did she do this and how did she do that. Even's not interested. Squirrel worries about we're going to get the dwarves out from being pigs and they're going to be charmed. And Even basically says, well, Rosixie doesn't love her. Squirrel tries to mimic the weird language for Gerhardt, but fails terribly. Rosixie overhears us talking. Even asks her if she'd leave given the chance she would, but she doubts escape is possible. Even Rosixie cook more raptors. She defers it to Even. Even does it well. We slop the pigs, feed the lions. Squirrel works on riding his new raptor, Raplius. Frankko sees them struggling again, has a devastating raptor performance. Like, it's going poorly, and he just shows up in costume. It's fantastic. Kirkee returns muddy and late at night, but no worse for the wear. She steeps herbs while Even lays out dinner and eats with her. She chides Even for failing to say goodbye and leaving. Even apologizes, but sort of as a question. He tells her about the giant dinos. He puts on very terse, unclear manners for her. There's some indication that she has no quarrel with us, but did with the dwarves. She tells him about her uncle, who is Prometheus, the messenger god that flew around the islands. Oh, and Prometheus and the messenger god that flew around the islands, Mevor?
Mervos.
Mervos, that's it. Before being taken by the jealous hag, that basically the hag saw them in a loving embrace, tried to curse her and Mervos, and it didn't stick. And she's like, as if it would. I'm an expert. She's a novice at best. And they ran her off the island. He went there again to look in on them and hasn't been heard from for months. The dwarves wrestle with Even as they change back, except Wilfred. He convinced them that we get out of here and wrestles them all down and we get out. Gerhardt negotiates a trade for Rosixie, but it would have to be an interesting life up for trade. We decide to head out. Oryx is confused and then frightened when we explain that we can't go back to Vorios because the stars are not our stars. Gerhardt has a bad dream, which we were advised about, dealing with the Witch Island, and Squirrel and he basically go into histrionics. Squirrel steals the necklace from Even from the Temple of Gozra and throws it into the sea. And that was where we ended.
All right. Anybody have anything else they want to add? Anything that they saw for their character? Anything that was missed by Mr. Note Taker?
Excellent.
All right. If not, then we can continue what we were doing. All right. So you guys got on the boat, the Corsair, and you sailed for several days. And I think you had a very easy go of it this time. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I don't think you struggled at all much. I think one day you failed to make progress. You never got knocked off course. G-Pain continues to just crush it with his checks, and Mendax did fairly well last week as well. And you guys made it very quickly. It was like a 6-day trip, and I think you made it in about 4.5 days. So yeah, you are arriving at Hag Island. I should have gotten actual art of the island. That would have been smart to do, but I did not. And I did describe a little bit. What did I say?
Joe, Nas gets an extra hero point this week, right?
Because he wrote something up? Yes. That's right. That's good. I could call that out in the beginning, yes. And Bijo will get one the next time he plays because he wrote something up.
Sweet.
Birthday boys should get hero points for being
You know
I
what? Yeah.
agree.
You know, fine. Yeah. Birthday boys get hero points. So Nas now has 3. Jeff has one because they share a birthday today, apparently.
2.
It's crazy.
One extra one. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Scorpio power activate.
I'm
So
like totally not a astrology guy, but actually, I will clarify. We straddle.
It's true.
Often we like some years we're often we're Scorpio. Some years we're what, Libra.
Libra, yeah.
I see.
So we're really weirdos.
Excellent. That explains so much. I get it now. All right. So as you approach this island, the sky around it is heavy with dark clouds that Mendax, who was sailing at the time, would normally expect to accompany well, I guess it was G-Pain is sailing at the time, so G-Pain would normally expect to accompany a heavy storm. But the wind here is oddly calm. No thunder rings out, no rain falls. The clouds hang there as if waiting to burst. And it is early evening, and again, you've been doing your kind of shifts on your way. So do you want to rest on the boat? Or are you going to just wake everybody up and head off? What's your general plan?
What do we know about cults in general?
I don't know. You can make a...
Are they? Yeah, I'm just curious because if are they nighttime
Cults?
people or daytime people?
What do you say, cults in general?
Cults.
I mean, I guess it would vary by the cult. That's my first answer. I'm sure there's
Fair.
cults of the dawn and everything.
couples.
What do we know about hags?
I don't know. Let me
That's
look
a
at
good
that.
one.
That's a great question. Let me see what
Society.
you need to roll on that. You need to make a society check or convince me you have a relevant lore.
Yeah, boy.
I assume the witches are not warfaring types, are they?
No,
Okay.
they're not warfaring types.
And I got nothing. Nothing. It's gonna be shit. Yep.
I mean, if you'll,
Oh, that was a private roll. That was too bad.
you
It was a
rolled,
one.
you rolled a 1, yeah. Ah, yeah.
And that, yeah. A one.
Hey.
Give your dad a big birthday hug, Yana. If you can hear me. I'm not sure you can. Birthday hug. That's
it wise to you.
So none of you know much of anything about hags.
Not even my 16?
Not even your 16. You know very
Shucks.
little about hags beyond what Kirkee has already told you. They are related to giants, but you know very little about it.
Oh, hang on. I think my guy gets a check too. Let me just throw that in.
Your guy? You think, wait, does
Yeah.
Gimbolo? Wait a minute. He just...
Yeah, he actually has a different score than me.
I don't... I mean, this is the first time I'm interacting with an Eidolon, so you're telling me your sentient tree person can make like basically
on.
every check?
Just give me like 2 seconds.
Just confirm that for me, because I mean I
That's great.
suppose the answer is yes, but that seems
I'll
odd
tell
to
you
me.
right now. Hang on. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Does he
Fuck,
make
the
knowledge?
site lags on Saturday.
Can he talk? That's my next question.
You can talk to me. I don't know. I don't think he can talk to you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say
So
yes. Yeah, what did you get? Find words? Did you find
No.
rules? All right.
This is there. The skills Skills. These are the skills that the Eidolon has taught you, or that you learned as part of linking with your Eidolon. You are trained in these skills, and the Eidolon shares proficiency as normal for its skills.
What are its skills?
All of its skills. I think he has all the skills I do, plus he gave me nature and something else.
All right. And you don't even need to be trained in society, even though he is somehow. Okay, then yeah, I guess none of you know much of anything about hags other than what Kirkee told you. But Gimbolo seems to know a little bit more. So you guys are all muttering to each other, kind of repeating what you've heard from Kirkee. And like, yeah, they're in the woods, and like I think Kirkee mentioned a green hag. I'm pretty sure they hate beauty, and like again, you're just kind of echoing. It's an echo chamber. But G-Pain, you hear Gimbolo talk to you in your head. What does Gimbolo's voice sound like in your head? Because you telepathically communicate, I think.
Oh man, that is a.
I'm pretty sure. What does he sound like?
That is a tough question. I would like him to sound like Dave Chappelle.
I'm not
don't
doing a
know
Dave
if that's
Chappelle
great.
accent, so that's that. I'm not trying.
That's a tough one.
You're gonna have to imagine that one.
You could do a British accent. I don't think you can.
No, I
do a
don't.
British
I'm
accent.
sorry. I asked this question. No, I don't want to do any accent for this stream.
Oh, God. Okay, well, to me, he sounds like Dave Chappelle.
Okay, so you just imagine it. So as you are having this discussion, G-Pain, Gimbolo just blurts out facts into your brain. Like he just when they're discussing things, he tells you a couple of interesting things about hags. Through magic they can speak and understand any language.
Okay.
You know that there are several different kinds of hags, and that the green hags have powers related to nature and sometimes nightmares, which makes sense based on what you've heard about her. You know that they can mimic the sounds of animals extremely well. Interesting to Frankko. They can have covens, like actual statistical benefits covens, like their followers become more powerful. Not as powerful as a cleric following a god, but followers of a hag can become quite powerful. And they are often very powerful spellcasters.
And no, so G-Pain sees everyone fumbling around trying to figure out, and he says, listen, I have no idea, but the Gimbleberry knows. And I start relaying what he's saying. And I ask him, do you know any weaknesses?
That's a good question. He says they are like Fae. Cold iron will hurt them.
That's a good boy.
Related until
Gimbolo
it's
nods.
Got it.
Yeah, and then I turn around and I say, the material cold iron, that's the one. I don't know if we can get that out, you know. And I point at the vast ocean or sea.
Puck produces 2 bullets from his pouch and kind of twiddles them between his fingers.
Interesting.
There was another cold iron weapon. Did anyone take it? Does anyone not remember? Is it in the common
was,
loot? Is my first question.
It's in the loot. What was it? It was the person with the sword, the shield sword, right?
I think she had a spear.
Spear, that was it.
It's
Okay.
no longer in the loot because we liquefied the loot. Did no one put it on their sheet?
Oh, gosh, it got liquefied.
Fantastic.
You know,
So be it.
All right. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So you guys are there, and like I said, you can see the island now, and it is early evening when you can make landfall if you wish to, or you can sleep on the boat and have the party fully rested. G-Pain, you were exhausted. Did you sleep that
Yeah.
off? I forgot. I think you're still exhausted, technically.
I thought we. Oh, so this whole thing overnight happened on the last day.
Yes.
sailing
Yeah,
into
basically
the-
last
okay.
night you had this nightmare. You woke up in the sweat, convinced
Okay.
that all this was going to happen. And that is the night that it wasn't a huge storm, it was a regular storm. And you guys got through it, and Squirrel threw the thing overboard when Even went to sleep.
Okay, awesome.
And even you're on the night crew, right?
Correct.
So then I guess at that point, if you were on the night crew and you went to sleep, it would be the daytime. So G-Pain, you woke up. Yeah, so you're still fatigued, correct?
Yeah. So it's early evening, and G-Pain, I guess, maybe sees that you guys are interested in leaving and just says, "Hey, I'm really spent from yesterday. Can we go in the morning?"
So you can have a nightmare again and wake up spent again.
I'm a tough guy over here. Anyone, Franco, I know it. Do we want to go at night?
Makes no difference, right?
Is that a warfare lore, perhaps? Is it-
Do you have a specific question that I can answer with warfare lore?
Is it better to? I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Well,
I just thought of warfare.
your goblin party has dark vision. You can see, and in Pathfinder 2, dark vision works basically as well as regular vision during the day. It's just in black and white. So you can, it's not like a limited space or anything. Like in Pathfinder 1, you'd have like 60 feet of dark vision. So you can basically see as far as you can see at night.
Fatigue isn't so bad actually in Pathfinder 2 either. I think it's just like a -1 or something.
Well, -1s make a huge difference in Pathfinder 2, though, is the thing.
Yeah. -1 to AC and saving throws. That's pretty big.
And you can't use exploration activities while traveling. So when you're walking around in the swamps, you can't do anything. You can't search, you can't survival, you can't nothing.
G-Pain just says, "Listen, you know my vote," and he starts napping on the ground to try to get some minutes in.
Power nap!
Yeah.
I like how you can summon that and unsummon it.
That's so cool.
Alright,
It's
so
like
is anybody waking up G-Pain and making him go?
I mean, I would say like let's just go. It's not going to get better. But if G-Pain's insistent that we not go,
Yeah, G-Pain, Naz, I don't think you were there. I can't remember. G-Pain just said, "That's my vote," and then started napping. Oh, can you hear me?
Switching headphones, I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, yeah.
I hear you.
Okay, good. G-Pain just said, "You have my vote," and he just starts power napping as fast as he can.
Just go.
He's asleep. He's going to sleep.
Sorry, G-Pain's asleep. Yeah,
He's
G-Pain's
talking to the other two. Just go.
Puck nods.
Wake up.
No, Daddy, stop it. He says, "I'll play. We'll play later. It'll be fun."
Outvoted. Up.
You guys haven't even made me any money. He shrugs you off and he gets ready.
Alright. So you guys drop anchor. I guess you're going to leave Mendax on the ship, and I guess Squirrel's on the ship too. And you guys are embarking to Hag Island.
Are there any spots that are better for like parking and not being seen than others?
Give me a sailing lore or a survival check.
Ooh. Like under a cliff, right?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of cliffs on this place, but you can just see how well you know what you're doing.
Oh, bullshit roll.
Look at that! Look at that!
I rolled a 3.
Yeah, you're all not doing great.
That's good. Get that out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Gimbolo is
even-
making survival checks to fucking plant a boat
Yeah.
somewhere. This is getting absurd already.
Suggest the middle of an open lagoon.
We could just drive the boat straight onto the land, is my idea. Hard and fast as we can. So between Even and Gimbolo, you find an okay place that is there's not a lot of huge vegetation, there's not a lot of rocky outcroppings, but you believe this section it's like further away, and you think that it's less likely to be found. You believe there's less reason for people to travel this far, but it means you will be walking a little bit further. But if you want your boat to be hidden, that's the best spot. All right, and you get off. The sun is beginning to set, but is not set yet, and you are sloshing through the island. And I don't have a map for just sloshing around. So let me see if I can... I'll just take you to the start screen, I think, just to turn that music off, because I can't... It's a long story. But you were sloshing around on Dream Island.
Third screen is beautiful.
Yeah? That's old art
Yeah.
from the old Mirror Realms of the Tempest days.
Yeah, it's just cool with that and like our characters superimposed.
Yeah, I have to add Mendax here. Apparently I forgot. I've done it to like all the Twitch menus, but I forgot to add Mendax. He's not on here. That's a shame.
Shout out Mendax.
Shout out Mendax. We out here. So as you begin sloshing through the jungle, or the swamp, everything here is wet and cool. While the jungles of Blizzard Islands were humid, during the height of the day at least most of the water would burn off. Here it's colder, under the cover of clouds. It seems as though you were always walking through a hazy soup of thick fog and dripping wet. It's just like the water gets on you and then stays. It's just, you're working your way through it. And you continue to walk around. And where is this? This. General idea of what it looks like. As you slosh forward through the dank, you find all sorts of mold, mushrooms, and lichen clinging to fallen trees that are rotting in the stagnant waters. What is your general plan now that you're in the swamp?
Puck is moving cautiously and periodically casting detect magic, I would say.
Okay, you can do that.
Even sort of alternating between like bounding between things to stay out of the water as much as he can, and then like getting fascinated by a mushroom patch and then just like staring at the mushrooms and smelling them and that sort of stuff while he sort of like gets hid.
Okay, so you're mostly staying hidden is your primary objective?
Mostly staying hidden, I would say, yeah.
Distracted, okay. Franco?
I think similar, staying out of the water as much as possible and, trying his best to be stealthy.
Okay. And G-Pain, you are so fatigued that you can't actually do anything, but what is your general attitude while you're walking around?
He's complaining a lot about being tired and wet. And he's just like, who likes this? Who would like this? And I believe that my idle line might be fatigued too.
I don't know how that works, because you both get to do activities as part of that action I was looking at.
Yes.
But like you can't do one. I don't know if that means Gimbolo can also do one or not. I don't know how that...
I think the only reason I think he can is because we share slowed, stunned, or quickened. But we don't specifically share fatigued.
Fair enough. I'll allow it.
But I'm down for whatever, honestly, whatever you want to do.
No, it's okay. What would he be doing? I'm okay with that.
So I'm complaining. I complain 3/4 to Gimbolo and 1/4 to everyone. And I don't think he's smart enough to suggest things, but I tell him, I'm just like, look, keep your eyes out. Remember, the animals, they're the hay.
And when you complain to Gimbolo, is it telepathically, or are you just bemoaning out loud in his direction for everyone to hear?
It's like a mix of everything. I'm like a raving lunatic.
Okay.
He's quiet, though.
Joe, nothing about sharing fatigued specifically, and they do get separate exploration actions.
Okay, but I thought it was through some other action that they got that, and I was wondering if that mattered. It said, like, through share abilities or whatever, act together.
It's basically you and your Eidolon act as one. Either
Yeah,
you or your
I think
Eidolon
it's
take
fine.
an action or activity using the same number of actions as act together, and then it goes through the 3 actions of combat, and then it says this lets you use separate exploration activities like avoid notice as you travel.
All right.
So it's not wildly informative, but
Fair enough. So if I do this, and I go ahead and say, everybody make a stealth check with this button. Second arch. Sweet.
Cool. Do I
And-
press the button?
Yeah, you can just click on the dice and it'll actually fill it in. And even in Frankko,
Sweet.
we're explicitly trying to be stealthy. Wow, amazing work with that 28. Okay, so you continue sloshing, and even in Frankko, again, they're doing their best to kind of move between spot to spot, dry land to dry land. There are some spots where you just have to slosh through the water, but you are doing a decent job of staying quiet. Even despite your best efforts, you are the loudest of the bunch. Oh, I don't have Gimbolo on. That's fine. I'll do that in a second. But yeah, you are somehow the loudest of the bunch. I also don't have Gimbolo on the start screen. I'm just the worst.
I just added a new element to this.
I know, right? It's so complicated, Gimbolo. Alright. So you slosh around for a long time, and where are you headed exactly? What are you looking for here?
I don't know, interesting landmarks? Anything that we could maybe get to high ground, see more of the island? I assume it's all like flat and awful.
It is mostly flat, and the vegetation, the living vegetation, is fairly sparse. Like, you're looking for actual, like, large trees, and everything you look at is either rotting or you think might fall over when you climb it. And it's mostly, like, stunted growth. It's very clearly not super good place for big trees. But looking around, go ahead and make a... I'll just do a perception check for everybody, too. Why not? Delete.
Oh, Joe.
Yo.
Actually, never mind. The G-Pain on this screen is the old G-Pain.
Gosh darn it.
It's okay. I don't think it matters.
I shouldn't matter. The G-Pain that I'm clicking on, I promise, is the real one. But I will fix that on the start screen. Let me fix that before I forget. G-Pain Summoner. This is the G-Pain. The Fatigue
Hooray.
G-Pain.
That's the tire.
Alright. Yeah, so even you find a tree that is sturdy enough to hold your weight and you get up. And you do see that there is a denser part of the jungle. And you're looking around and you don't see a whole lot of animal life. Like you're scanning around from the top of this thing. You don't see many birds here. You don't see anything like that. But you do see a denser part of the swamp that you find more interesting. You think you'd find more things in denser parts. The trees get bigger towards the southwest.
We should talk about what we're doing.
What time is it now?
Let's say you've been walking for a while. Let's say the sun has just set, so it's evening.
Are the cultists our enemies?
Are they going to think we're their enemies? Because then we're their enemies.
People don't receive us very well most places we go.
Understood. Puck?
You'll have to bear with me because I have next to no idea what's going on, so I'm gonna bruise for a second. Why are we here?
Basically, what are we doing? Are we running into cultists and taking them alive? Are we killing cultists? What are we doing?
What brought us?
Why were we why did we come here to the Hag Island, specifically?
I think it was just the next island to explore, to be honest. I don't know that we have...
We had some mission with these hags, no?
Wasn't there information that?
Yeah, we're
Kirkee
gonna find
wanted?
out. We want to find out about Mervos, and Evan's basically asking you: are we finding out about Mervos because I'm chewing someone's leg off, or are we finding out about Mervos because we're asking nicely?
Let's
Well,
try to
depends on how it goes when we ask nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
lead with diplomacy at least, brother.
We'll start with asking nicely, I think.
Evan shakes his head, nods, and then just points to the denser part of the forest.
There might be Gimbleberry trade here.
So I guess, Joe, just some questions about the island, right? Like,
Yes.
when we were approaching it, size-wise, how does it compare to how did it seem to compare to the previous island that we were on?
The dinosaur island? It is smaller than the dinosaur island.
Okay. And, like, where do we think we were approaching it from? Like which where do we think we beached?
You think you beached somewhere on the northern side of the island, or the northeast-ish?
Okay. And the dense stuff you said was so it's like towards the middle of the island. Basically.
You're heading towards the middle, like towards the other side of the island, basically.
Okay. Yeah. Let's keep moving.
Am I sensing any magic, like in just the general
No.
environment?
At the moment, no, you're not sensing any magic. But I will keep in mind that you are doing it.
It is well, I guess Frankko would suggest to Puck that he also does the true north thing and just make sure that there's nothing going on with orientation or anything like that on this island.
Puck will nod, and you'll periodically see the hair perk up and
Point north.
in
Okay.
the midst of his routine.
All right. Okay. So you guys continue heading that way, and now make a survival check. You walk for about another 2 hours as it becomes dark night. Should have asked who was leading. I'm assuming Even is the leader. Until told otherwise, which is good for you. So you walk for another 2 hours, and Even you are certain that you are passing a tree that you have passed before. About 2 hours in, you begin walking, and you see a tree that it was gnarled in a very specific way that you noticed, and you're seeing the same tree again. And then looking around, you're seeing other things that seem very familiar. And Puck, your two spells, your hair is still pointing north, and as far as you can tell, it has changed direction. It is pointing slightly different direction. You have moved in a different direction, and your detect magic is tingling slightly. There is some sort of magic in the area.
Air's
A
closer
circle?
to the surface here.
What?
We've passed this tree.
Something holds us.
What do we do? Gimbolo, please.
Oh, looks at you. What do you want?
This is clearly a maze. How do we get out of these witches' maze?
Even reaches over and turtle pinches G-Pain on the arm hard.
What the hell, dude?
Checking, sleeping. And then he does it to himself.
G-Pain starts pinching Gimbolo.
You do not wake up. You are not sleeping as far as you are aware.
Frankko would move over to the tree that Even pointed out and basically just kind of like give it a bang with his hand. Like try to interact with it basically.
That's a great idea. See something? Go ahead and make a will save.
That's fun.
So, just as a general question, was I able to sense as north was changing, or was it more like once we saw the tree, I noticed?
Yeah, so I'm assuming every once in a while you kind of you change it, like you're scanning, and then you say which way is north, and you can feel it. So as you were walking, you walked for 2 hours, and you felt it like slightly moving as you were walking. It wasn't like a sudden shift.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, Even saw the same tree, and that's when your magic sense started tingling. It wasn't tingling as you approached it.
Okay.
So yeah, Frankko, you're convinced that this is an illusory tree, that there is a real tree there, but as you touch it, parts of it give, and you begin to see through it. And it looks like someone is making it look like a tree you have seen before.
Seems that somebody's setting a different scene for us.
We all speak Goblin, correct?
I presume.
Yeah.
I think
I would
that's
assume
by
unless
default, yeah.
somebody is specifically And Puck actually
Does
doesn't.
Gimbolo?
Puck speaks common, but
I can convey the message.
No, I just yeah.
It
Actually,
has
no, he does
Goblin on
speak
his
Goblin.
sheet. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
true
he-
or not, if you're just
He
cheating.
speaks my language. Yeah.
That would make sense.
Even basically suggests that we start speaking quietly and in Goblin. How far can an illusion like this be cast? Is this something that you can do from far away?
Yeah, it is an Arcana check. Puck, you would think that that is... You're not sure exactly what spell it is, but you believe if it's the sort of illusion magic you're familiar with, and I guess G-Pain would also be vaguely familiar with it. He's a summoner now, not a bard anymore. But you believe it would be a close spell, but you are also concerned that you don't know what covens can do. You don't know what sort of powers hags and witches that belong to a coven could do. But you do believe in most cases this would be a close range sort of spell.
Puck will convey not far, but not all is known.
Can we attack the illusion? Should we attack the illusion?
Even huffs and stomps and says, "We are lost." And in the comment on out loud says, "We're lost. We should figure out north and keep going the way we were." And the whole while he's talking, he's hard scanning the trees to see if he can see anyone watching.
And let's also perception check.
So I'll fire one of those off. Whisper chuckles.
You detect nobody in the trees. And what are you doing, Puck? You want to? What does this get you?
So
the type of aura?
that'll basically, if I can't tell, it'll just give me an idea of how powerful the caster is. If I can't tell, like we know it's illusory, but if I can't magically detect that, then that indicates that the caster is more powerful.
So your read aura spell is a second level spell. So is this illusion is weaker than you? Yeah, nobody sees anybody looking at you in the trees or anything like that. There's even huffs and puffs.
G-Pain, like, holds his hands to the trees and doesn't shout, but says, "We're here to trade information. We don't need this. Let's get to the point." And he speaks to the animals if he sees any animals.
What did you roll? Roll the 16? Yeah, you don't see any animals either, but you just begin shouting that out in common. And
Not shouting though. I believe that we're being closely watched. So
Okay.
like talking.
okay. And you wait a few moments and no one responds.
It's frustrating.
There's nobody here. Let's keep moving. And even then says in Goblin, "Keep watching and get hidden if anything seems strange."
Let's go.
All right.
This gives me the creeps.
If I guess so. Franco will drop like, I don't know, some crumbs or something. Do they get essentially like subsumed by the illusion, or can we still see them? Like if we wanted to leave a trail so we knew how to get back.
Well, I mean, it is a dank jungle, so leaving breadcrumbs in the water isn't going to last very long, you don't think?
Yeah.
But like, you're talking about on dry land and on trees?
Yeah, like basically when he drops something, like is it getting included in the illusion, or is it something that the group could follow if they decided to go with that strategy?
Well, once you break an illusion, or at least part of an illusion, it becomes basically plainly visible to you that it is an illusion.
Okay.
So it's not completely subsumed. It is kind of obscured. Like you do see the fake tree there, like translucently. You kind of understand that. But you could kind of see. You could follow breadcrumbs if you could find them.
Okay.
Backpack.
So Franco would look over to G-Pain and be like, "Can you ask Gimbolo to leave a Gimbleberry trail, maybe?"
100%, my man. This is a great place to spread the gimbal. And G-Pain climbs up Gimbolo, who's only one size bigger than him. and just whispers something in his ear, and Gimbolo starts producing different Gimbleberry. They look like tracker Gimbleberries.
Tracer Gimbleberries.
Tracer
Maybe
Gimbleberries.
just, I don't know. Smash them on the trees, mark them.
Even will start like breaking stuff as he walks by, which he wasn't doing before. At your suggestion, he'll start doing things like he grabs a branch and like bends it twice so that it's got a distinctive break, that sort of thing. But he starts doing things like that as we're walking.
Yeah, I'll definitely. He starts painting Gimbleberry juice on those broken things.
Okay. I like all that. So you walk for another 2 hours. Go ahead and make another survival check.
The awesome module.
What the?
I'll let your boy. Oh!
It's Monk's Token Bar, everybody. Go ahead, find his
Monk's Token
Patreon,
Bar.
find his coffee, and give him money because it's a great mod. That's really good. Gimbolo helps you out a bit.
Yeah, buddy.
He's had some beast skill check rolls.
He is,
Yeah.
yeah. Hero point Gimbolo.
Yeah.
Like Gimbolo. Way better than me.
MVP. Yeah, he's the new Shroud character. Yeah, so there you go. You guys keep going. And it starts happening again. So about an hour and a half into your walking, you begin to see the same sort of trees. And to your surprise, even the branches you explicitly broke and the gimbleberries you explicitly wiped on trees are present here again.
Okay. So
Look. I think we just start freaking out when they come.
And
even basically,
you go first.
I was going to say Even's going to try to interact with some of the stuff and is going to be hard scanning again to see who's here.
Okay. Just do a global perception check because it's easier. G-Pain, you are ludicrously tired. You started off the day exhausted, and you've only been marching for like 5 hours now, but you are ludicrously tired.
I told you this would happen. I told you. And he starts leaning on Gimbolo, who rather than after this perception checks, focuses less and just tries to prop him up.
Frankko, that's a very good. And Gimbolo also rolled a 27 on the perception check.
Yes, after the check, then he takes a break.
Yeah, so you guys look around trying to find anybody around, and you don't, but Frankko, you very clearly see through the illusions now, and you're basically, because you're so aware of them, you're kind of just batting your hands, and you kind of, like, not dismiss them, but at least make them so that they're not, obscuring your vision. And you have a pretty good idea that you are headed in the right direction. Puck's hair is still telling you all the right things. But you do not see anybody around. There's nobody watching you, there's nobody casting spells within what Puck would think the close range of the spell would be.
We're lost again? All right. Well, let's try and see if we can't find our way.
So the broken, like the Even's broken branch is an illusion now, though, correct?
Yes.
So Puck will just put his hand on Even's shoulder and say, "Not lost. They just wish us to think it."
Even turns to you and says in Goblin, "I know." And we'll continue breaking branches and stuff.
Frankko will look over to Puck and be like, "Not quite the same actor. Working on it."
Okay. G-Pain, you're exhausted.
G-Pain elects. I'm just googling now to see if the Eidolon can carry me, but Archives of Nethys is slammed right now. But if I can, the Eidolon would carry G-Pain while he slept. No, I'm not sure you can do that.
We'll look for a camp, while we're traveling.
Yeah. But thematically, though, he's napping.
Frankko would look over to Even and say, well, first he would look around and see, are there any kind of, like, sturdier pieces of wood, like, branches that have fallen that Frankko thinks he might be able to make a stretcher out of?
Yes. There were some pieces of fallen logs that are less rotted than others. Yeah.
So we'd look over to Even and be like, "You want to just take 20 minutes, lash together a stretcher, and 2 of us will carry him until we find something."
Sure, or Gimbolo.
Yeah.
Brain doesn't work. I had a thought, I've lost it now. Continue. Okay, so we'll lash something together to carry him. Oh, Puck, is he really tired, or is this magic, or a little of both?
I believe he's just tired.
Yeah, if you detect magic on him, there's no magic on him, and with a simple medicine check, you would just know he's just tired.
Yeah.
He didn't sleep well. Okay, and you're continuing on. Are you looking for a camp, or like Jeff said, or what? Or was that Nas? I forgot.
We'll continue on, and if we see something that's ideal for a camp, so we'll be making our way the way, and then also looking for a good camp.
Okay. And G-Pain, you are officially asleep.
I am asleep, yeah. I just actually don't know if I can be asleep. I don't think I can.
Can your Eidolon be alive while you're not conscious?
I don't think he can act without me, so I'm gonna say I'm just doing the thing where I sleep with one eye and then I sleep with the other eye and then I sleep with the other.
I'm gonna allow, but we'll figure it out, I guess. All right.
Yeah, I feel weird about that one, so we'll figure
it out.
So that's interesting. Like he can't act without you being awake.
Not really, because my command to him is act together, and we act as one specifically.
Yeah, they have a lot of interesting rules. They share actions and get a bonus action if they do something special. All right, so you guys are now. If you like woke up somewhere else with the Eidolon just appear there,
I would have to manifest him.
It's 3 actions to do that, though. You can just make it. You can dismiss it, and make it come back.
It doesn't seem like there's anything about sleeping, but it seems like so long as it's manifested and within 100 feet of you, I don't see anything about it.
I'm going to go with that until proven wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yellow Peter OL, if you were watching and want to correct our Eidolon understanding, I appreciate it. Talk to me in the doobly-doo. All right, yes. So you guys are now doing another survival check. You're heading in the same direction and looking for a good campsite. And the check is out there. You can match the Bujans. Talk with the 0.
Killing these.
Bolo rocks.
Yeah, so about an hour in, G-Pain is beginning to snore a little bit in Gimbolo's, the attached stretcher. But you find a patch of land that has a bunch of trees on it that are actually strong enough that you believe you could camp in them. That's kind of what you've been doing at least on the Dinosaur Island. You were camping in trees. So you found a denser area with strong enough trees that you believe you could do something similar in if you wanted to.
And it's what, the middle of the night?
Yeah, it's watch for 2. Yeah, it's 1 or 2 in the morning at this point.
Really magically inspect the area.
Okay.
So there's no funny business.
Yeah, you blast your detect magic around. You get the same sort of faint illusion magic is around, and some of the scene looks familiar, but it's not any different than what you've sensed so far. It's basically, since you first saw it, it's kind of been pervasive, and the illusions have been subtle, except for specific things like the broken branches and the things that are very, very specific.
Alright, so give a scan and see if I can't scare us up something to eat.
Okay, go ahead and make you make your own little survival check, I guess, specifically for the in-fooding.
No.
That's just for you, right? Or you feed the whole party even with a success?
With a success, I feed the whole party. With a failure, I feed myself. So
Understood.
Everyone's eating rations except me.
Got it. Yeah, that looks like a failure. Okay. Close, but a failure. All right. So everybody else is eating rations. You managed to find some snakes in the water that you don't care too much. You even the bones. Yeah. So you guys find a spot, and here is your campsite. You found this little patch of solid earth in the swamp, and it has a bunch of large trees. So you guys can figure out how you want to rest here. What does sleeping look like here? Trees.
Yeah, hammock the trees, I suppose. See if we can't be shaded from one side at least.
Okay. And then how are you going to do watches?
What kind of root structure do we have? It looks like there's some crevasses there.
There are certainly crevasses, yes. There are gnarled, raised roots. You could definitely hide at the base of one of the trees if you wished.
One of my favorite things I've written so far in the campaign was Puck coming out from an impossible space between two stairs and working his jaw so that his skull plates knit back together as he squeezed out.
So, yeah. Puck says, I will watch, and squoزes into the roots. And you just see the two little pinpricks of blue light.
Alright. G-Pain, I assume you're sleeping first.
100% sleep.
Okay. So, which tree are you hammocking? Move G-Pain to that tree.
Well, Gimbolo has to make the executive decision. Oh.
Well, he'll shake you awake. Like, he'll wake you up, and you guys are deciding as a party whatever you're going to do.
I mean, I think generally we're going to want to be hammocking in, like, you know, probably somewhere in the middle there, somewhere here, like, wherever there are multiple trees that we can try to get shade and, like, not be visible in all directions. Because
I think this big tree is good.
Yeah.
The one you pointed at.
All right.
I'm down for that one.
So you're hammocking in there.
Me and Gimbolo go together.
Okay, and you're climbing up into the tree. Is Gimbolo climbing?
Yeah,
I think of him as this massive thing, but he's a medium-sized creature.
He's only medium-sized.
You're
Yeah.
pumping.
Yeah, I assume, like, I imagine him as Pampa, this large, giant cactus man. All right.
It's like when I stammer.
Athletics or acrobatic?
Athletics to climb.
Let's go.
There you go, Gimbolo. Gimbolo's up there, and he just carries you up. Basically, he just pushes you up with him, easily. Crit success. So are you going to have 2 8-hour watches, or do you want to have like 3 4-hour watches?
Stagger, do the 4.
It's probably smart.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So then, who's on the first watch? You have to sleep for 2 of them. So Puck is on the first one because he volunteered.
Puck's watching.
Okay. Is anybody else on the first watch?
There are a lot of probing questions.
Yeah, even if we have to sleep for 2 of them, so we have to go to sleep if we don't want to spend a ton of time here.
Right.
Yeah, even will take second watch.
G-Pain will do the last one because I'll be slept by then.
Okay.
So
Does
Frankko-
Gimbolo need to sleep?
Rolls.
Sorry. What, Frankko?
Oh.
I'll stay awake with Puck in the first watch then.
Yeah, I tried to find the answer. Oh, look.
He's a plant, which I would assume no, unless Eidolons have a specific, rule about
I checked the Eidolon rule page, but it's very limited.
I'm gonna call it unless I find the next 10 seconds, starting now. And like as you said, Archive of Nethys is not playing nice, so yeah, I'm gonna say that he's awake the whole time. And can be on watch. Okay, so the first is Puck and Frankko, and then it's Even Alone, and then it's G-Pain. And Gimbolo is there for all of them. Alright. So during the first watch, Even, make a will save, my friend.
Got it. I think Even's gonna hard sneeze in his sleep.
So Even, in your dreams, you see Auric and the other dwarves laying lethargic and moaning, visibly starving. You feel the fear of losing them again rising within you, and you rush out to the jungle to forage. You imagine them here with you in this jungle, even though they're not. You search for fruits or animals, but everything you pick withers or rots in your hands. You catch a rabbit and find its flesh spoiled and festering with maggots. Desperation and terror begin to take hold of you as this process repeats. Hope flickers in you as you reach for the next thing over and over again, only to see it rot and wither. And you made a will save. And you are fatigued, and I hate that it's you because you don't like to be fatigued. So you are asleep and fatigued, and you were sleeping in the tree, right?
Yep.
Your old hammock in the tree, and Puck and Frankko were awake. And when you're awake, what are you doing? Are you hammocking the tree as well? Well, I know Puck is squoze at the base of the tree. What is Frankko doing when he's on watch?
Yes, basically, Frankko would be up in the tree with the sleeping folks in case he needs to wake them.
Okay. So you're up in the tree. All right. So you see as Even is thrashing around in his sleep.
G-Pain have to roll one too?
No. If no one does anything, Even rides for a bit, but then eventually does get back to sleep. He doesn't wake up from the nightmare. And Puck and Frankko, your watch ends, and Even you wake up to take over your shift and are extremely tired. You feel like you barely slept at all.
My turn. Stupid dreams.
Okay. And now is it Even's the only one awake? Everybody else is sleeping? Gimbolo
Yeah.
is not sleeping.
Gibolo's up. Yeah, Gibolo's up. With
Puck
the
will
boys.
stay awake again with Even.
But you're good. You need to sleep for 2 shifts if you want to.
Yeah, we'll spend extra time, I suppose.
You want?
I didn't use any spells.
Well,
last
yeah,
session.
but does staying up mean you get fatigued just from staying up?
I think you did.
Like, you
Only
need
a
to sleep
save,
8
but-
hours and not a day, I think. I don't know what the rules are, and Nethys is not going to be kind to me. But you could always add a 4th shift.
if I only sleep for one, like the one at the end,
You only get a 4-hour sleep.
Okay. All right.
If a character spends more than 16 hours without going to sleep, they become fatigued. There's no save, there's no nothing. You just have to sleep.
But again, you could add an extra 4 hours. So instead of doing 3 4-hour shifts, you could do 4 4-hour shifts.
Yeah, we'll probably do that.
Yeah, even make the call.
Okay. So Puck is staying awake with Even, and Frankko and G-Pain and Gimbolo is also awake. So Frankko and G-Pain, you are asleep. And where's the unconscious? It's that one. Okay. I gotta put on both of you explicitly.
Am I having nice dreams at least?
Sorry?
Is G-Pain having any dreams?
That's up to you. Nothing that I'm giving you. That's...
All right.
You can have your own dreams if you want. All right.
So as Frankko is like getting ready to go off to sleep and noticing Even writhing and hearing him talk about the dream, Frankko goes down to Puck and says, "You can tell people to do things, right?"
Simple things.
Can you tell them not to dream? Can you tell me not to dream? Can you make me not dream? He looks at him with hope in his eyes.
Yeah. Kind of cocks his head and considers it. I do not think so.
Frankko looks a little bit deflated and sulks off back up to the hammock.
All right.
Wake you if you struggle.
Depends on how much I'm struggling. I'll let you be the judge.
The hair grows close to the surface here.
No imagination.
Too much imagination.
silly basic dreams.
Alright. And Frankko, you can make a will save now because you're asleep, because that's how we do these things. Oh, that's really good, Frankko. Okay, so you imagine yourself back in Livia with an acting company from your past. You are preparing a traditional play that all of the people in Livia know very well. It's like a class, like you're doing like Hamlet or whatever, you're doing Macbeth. As the play goes on, everyone in the troupe is acting masterfully, except for Frankko. Right at the offset of the opening scene, he stumbles around the stage, almost aimlessly, stammering a delivery of half-remembered lines. His companions try their best to help him along, but Frankko struggles with everything as the frustration builds up within him. Jeers from the audience come immediately. Several patrons loudly debate if the drunk goblin on stage is some sort of joke put on by the owner of the theater, and another bursts out a snorting laugh. If it is, the gobbo's not in on it. The crowd erupts into laughter, which quickly turns to derision directed at Frankko. As he looks to the rest of his troupe, he finds them backing away, their gaze averted from him. Everything goes black. A coldness washes over you as you are bathed in the feeling of profound isolation, separation, aloneness. The cold turns to pressure on your chest and you gasp, struggling to breathe. You jump up awake, freezing, covered in sweat, but you are not fatigued.
You okay?
Whew. Yeah, that was not fun, but as you said, not maybe the most imaginative thing.
As a GM, I'm feeling insulted.
Well,
just joking. Shouldn't have broken
Jeff
scene.
is not saying. Jeff is not
I know,
saying
I understand.
that. Frankko is.
I'm joking. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have broken scene. My fault.
It's concerning that they know you.
Or does the spell seek what's near the surface?
It seems more how well one knows themselves, perhaps. I'm going back to sleep.
Alright. And you do. You have no trouble falling back asleep. And then something else happens. Who's on watch? I'm dumb. It's Even and Gimbolo and Puck. You can all make a perception check.
Yeah, Gimby.
Gimbolo!
Olo.
Gimbolo. Wololo. Ooh! Pook!
Okay.
Yeah,
Winner.
so Puck, from a long way away, you hear the sloshing, and with the sloshing of feet, and with a perception check that good, you can tell that it is two humanoids sloshing from the south through the swamp.
All right, who is up with me at the moment?
Even in Gimbolo.
So Puck will kind of stick his head out of the crevasse and look for who's closest.
I'll say Even.
Gimbolo.
Oh, you want Gimbolo to be closest? That's
Yeah, I guess look for Even. I should say, because I'm not sure how to interact with Gimbolo.
Yeah, Gimbolo wouldn't lead, but he would watch. He would watch you interact. He wouldn't know what you're saying till you told him.
Yeah.
He has an 8 intelligence. He's not smart.
So he turned and kind of gestured for you to come over.
Yeah, Even will come over.
Okay. And you both watch as a witchy-looking person sloshes onto the dry land And once they get close enough, even in Gobolo, even with your perception checks, you very plainly hear them. They are either really bad at hiding themselves or have no reason to believe they need to do that. They're just sloshing through the water and stomping their wet feet. And she gets to there.
Puck will put his hand on Even's shoulder and...
And I'm sorry, you cut for a second for me. What did you say?
He's doing a voice. His face
didn't
changes
catch it.
when he does the voice too.
What was it?
I have no idea what he said. I think he casts
Say it again.
a
Yeah,
spell.
you
He
cut out.
speaks Latin when he does it.
So Puck will kind of take on a much bluer sheen, but a cloak of magical darkness will fall over Even.
Okay.
All right. And this
Cloak
is
of shadow.
And Puck is now kind of floatier, if that's possible. Previously appeared to be. The hair is just kind of almost straight up now and wiggling around, as if trying to strain further upward against Puck's physical body.
And everybody who's awake, this is what you see walking towards you. Notably, the eyes are glowing that orangish yellow. And she is dressed in simple cloth or maybe animal hide with a gnarled staff. And she walks over and is looking directly at your tree as she does. And she's walking somewhat casually. She's not rushing, she's not hiding, she's just walking casually towards your tree.
Can Even sneak closer?
You can certainly try. You want to be sneaky? What are you doing
Yeah.
with sneaky?
Just sneaking closer.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check, and let me know where you're trying to go to.
Like that way. Like get around this tree here.
Okay, so you can like drop down and kind of sneak that way.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh, that ain't good.
Yeah, that's probably not good. Her passive perception is higher than that. So she sees you do that, and as you're walking, she turns and watches you scuttle along the way, and she raises one hand. And she speaks a single word in a language I don't think any of you understand. I checked, none of you understand.
Thought they could speak our languages.
The hag can. I don't think this is a hag.
Mm.
Anybody doing anything?
I'm still sleeping, I believe.
She said the word and I failed sneaking, so I think that's it for me, yeah?
Yeah, well, now she's looking in your direction. She raised a hand.
Does
So-
Puck recognize the gesture as as this?
No. You're watching very intently, and you do not believe that she has used any magic. You don't believe she's cast any spells. And you can give me a society check to see if you can determine what the language is vaguely based on the word, if it sounds anything.
There were two of them, yeah?
Puck did hear 2 sets of fingers, yes. No, neither of you know what language this is. So she holds her hand up, and she takes a slow step forward and repeats the word.
I think Gimbolo would wake up G-Pain at this point if he's seeing this.
Yeah, I mean, how loud is this? Like, can the sleeping folks hear it, or?
No, she's not talking loudly, she's not shouting, she's just walking up and saying, like, Droh. And no one responds, she just takes another step forward, she's like, Droh. She's looking at Even, she's looking back up at the tree.
Gimbolo would shake G-Pain up because this shit is wild. Dog knows thing bad.
Okay. Gimbolo.
Yeah, it's just gonna get hid if you can.
You was gonna try to get hit again?
Yeah.
Alright, Gimbolo pushes G-Pain, pokes him a little bit, and G-Pain does not wake up.
Oh, shite.
And the witch acolyte continues to walk forward. And she's looking for even. You can try to make another stealth check to see if you've disappeared behind the trees.
We're just behind the shadow. I don't even. Oh, nope.
We rolled intimidation. You didn't roll stealth.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Better.
Yeah. Yeah, she loses you because you have that cool feat that lets you, like, sneak into hiding even if they've spotted you.
So I can basically sneak everywhere right now.
Yeah, so she loses you, and she keeps like, Droh? And she's asking around. Toss me perception check even since you got to there. Yeah,
Use
no.
that hero point, hero.
He's already used one. He does have 3.
Sure, why not? It's a 1, why not?
It's a 1.
Yeah, if not for a 1.
Yeah. You spot the second set of footprints. You see behind her in this bush hiding in the trees, there is something else. And you see this. And the size and coloration is correct, but he has a smaller, like, one-handed battle axe, and he has a shield. But he does look very large for a medium-sized creature. And he is hiding in the trees. And now the witch is focusing on the trees.
Yeah, right. Then they've got backup. We've got backup. Not totally convinced of ill intent yet. Puck is just going to kind of stay squozed in the tree unless she gets close enough to, like, you know, start touching the goblins in the tree.
Okay.
Gimbolo attacked
Let even take point since she's already. But yeah, definitely watching the acolyte extremely closely.
Puck, Gimbolo will tap you on the shoulder to turn around and uses his tendril strike to reach.
Gimbolo is at the base of the tree. I mean, sorry, Puck is at the base of the tree. So is Gimbolo coming down, or I guess he has that tendril strike you're talking about? What's that about?
Yeah, he's a 10-foot reach. Is that good enough?
Yeah, I'll say you're about 10 feet down. So he crawls down a little bit and can kind of slap Puck with a tendril.
He doesn't really hit him, but he taps him and he shows that he's shaking Gimbolo or G-Pain and he's not getting up.
The witch, having lost even, focuses on the tree, and she sees the tendril. Well, make a stealth check, Gimbolo, to see if I see the tendril, because you are a tree in a tree.
I'm a
see
tree
if I
in
notice.
a tree.
Yeah, I'm a tree within a tree. Yeah, yeah. So she totally notices Gimbolo poking down at. She doesn't see Puck, I don't think. She hasn't made a check on him yet. But she sees you itching the ground, and seeing that, she kneels down and she unfurls a little, like, cloth roll and begins putting things onto it. And even, you're pretty close, you can see, you're not sure exactly what they are without making a Arcana check, but some of them look like talisman type things. Like, they look like fetishes and things that a witch would make. And she lays out 3 things on this table, or sorry, on this cloth, and she says, "Droh."
Is Puck able to tell anything about them from this
close
distance?
Too, yeah. You're very close too. Yeah, make an Arcana check. No.
That's fine.
No. You have no idea. But if you detect magic, I think detecting magic though you have to make a sound. I think. Oh, let me see on your sheet.
Is there a verbal? Hold
That's
on,
a good
let me
question.
see.
Very important question for you. Doodly-doo. Yeah, SV, somatic and verbal. So you would have to talk if you wanted to detect magic at them.
I mean, I assume they're magical.
But you don't know. Yeah. Alright.
Seems like she's offering some kind of trade.
Joe, is this a good time to take a quick bio?
Yeah, I guess we could take one now if you need one. Sure.
Yeah, I need
Let's
one.
take a 5-minute bio and we'll be right back. All right. So even in Puck and Gimbolo, you are still awake. This witch, this pale witch person, is kneeling and seemingly, as Puck said, seemingly offering these things, or maybe offering a trade or something like that, and you're not sure what's happening. And Gimbolo has poked you, Puck, and then as you look up, Gimbolo is like shaking G-Pain. Like not just poking him, just shaking him, and he is not waking up.
Puck will attempt to slither through the root structure around to the back of the tree out of the witch's line of sight.
Okay. Make a
Do I need to give you something for that?
Hmm?
I assume.
Yeah, it's a stealthy, I guess, if you want to. Well, are you squeezing primarily? Like, are you going through the root system, like you said? Is that...
Yeah. I'm trying to not ever be anywhere visible. Like, just I'm squozing. Because like what was the check for squozing that chimney?
It is a not athletics, the other one, I think, right? Acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
I'm pretty good at acrobatics.
Yes, that makes sense because that has lots of squishing bonuses. So,
yeah, that's not that great.
That's gonna hold on. I'm gonna do the thing.
I like it. I like how we're using all the hero points on cool stuff.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Got worse. Yeah. So you actually get.
That's a 1, folks.
Yeah, that's a 1. That's a 1, everybody. He rolled a 2 and then a 1. So yeah, so you try to wiggle after being poked by Gimbolo. You try to wiggle backwards so you can kind of slither up the backside of the tree, and you actually get stuck. To your surprise, something is wrong, and like you're tangled. You're too tightly in your crevasse. You wedged yourself too well, and you actually get stuck. And make a stealth check to see if you don't make noise doing this. You do. Yeah, so she very plainly looks at you, Puck, and your two piercing blue eyes, and she gestures to the things in front of her. And looks up at you and speaks more words. She speaks like 3 words now in the strange language.
Any more insight? See if I can continue my incredible rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what language that is. Neither of you know what language this is.
3 words.
Yeah, so no one knows.
Even sort of whispers and is disappearing again about speak common.
Yeah, let's see if we can get her distracted.
Okay. So she turns to you and you say, "Speak common," in common, presumably. And she looks at you and make a stealth check to see if she loses you immediately or not. I'm curious how stealthy you are. She does, yeah. So she hears you speak but can't make out where you are, and you like move like without even rustling. You just move to a new section of the bush. And she turns her attention back to Puck and the 2 eyes, and she says, "You come to trade?" And she gestures to the stuff on the floor.
We come for information.
Looks at you and tilts her head.
Speak.
What information?
What is the guy's name?
Mervos.
Mervos. We seek knowledge of Mervos.
What of him?
All right, Evan's just gonna pop out.
Yeah, someone needs to help me out here.
Where is he? And he can stay hid even though he's walking around, which is interesting.
Okay. Do you have to end up behind something, or can you just like you can't just hide and
the spell could let
I
concealed.
forgot about the spell. Okay, fair enough. All right, so but is like are you an aura of darkness or anything, or
yes,
it's nighttime?
Yeah, you can see the aura of darkness moving around. It's a 20-foot radius aura, but
she looks at the aura of darkness, kind of just walk past her field of vision. She said, "We have him."
We have what?
Him.
What do you mean you have him?
She looks back at the piercing blue dots. He is ours now.
A prisoner?
She shakes her head.
What then?
And she looks back at the things on the floor and she says, trade?
He knows. Evan's gonna look at the stuff on the thing and not have any idea what it is.
Without, like, with the jig up, we'll definitely do one of those. Let's see if I can.
There are 3 items on the thing. 2 of them are magical. 1 is not.
Or wait a minute, sorry. Hold on, do I have to touch this? 1 second. No! We are going to read aura on the 3 objects.
Do you have to touch it?
Assuming I'm not interrupted.
When she sees you cast
That'll
magic...
give me the school.
Yeah, when she sees you cast detect magic, she does not stop you, but she is studying you intently. I wish that this was faster. But yeah, you detect that again. One of them is non-magical entirely. There's basically a stick with feathers on it that is completely non-magical. You see a marble dangling from a leather thong, and you believe that it has divination magic on it. And find out what the other one is. The other one is evocation magic. Blackened iron is it's a cube of blackened iron with evocation magic coming out of it.
So look, am I still stuck? Can I unstick one?
You can unstick yourself, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you can.
Now that the jig is up.
Now that the jig is up, you can unstick yourself, yes.
We'll say, what do you seek in trade for these things?
She says... Parts.
I don't like the sound of that. Whose parts?
She looks around. She looks at the black aura, and she looks at your pin bricks, and she says, yours, others, parts. We come for parts. Parts of power?
I assume Even doesn't know what she means. That she wants us to butcher things, but
you can make a make any relevant knowledge-y, lore-y check you think is right.
nope. Rolled another 3. I've rolled like 3 3s in a row.
Excellent. Yeah, you have no idea. You do get the idea that she is talking about parts of things. Like, so your butchering instinct is correct, even if you don't know exactly what she means.
I guess Even will pull out a banana leaf of meat and lay it on the ground.
She's still kneeling in front of the thing, and she scurries over and she begins picking it with their finger, moving it around, and sighs and shakes her head. She says, no, no. And she gestures to what she has, which is, again, obviously magical to Puck.
I don't know that we have any stuff, to be honest.
And then she begins looking at you, even, assuming you're not disappearing into the...
Yeah.
Puck will place a bottle of bottled lightning on the table. Something that's, you know, magical but kind of innocuous.
Okay.
See if she's interested.
And she looks at it and she nods and says, good, but you can tell she's dissatisfied. She says, parts. And she looks around as if someone should come help her. And sure enough, the large man behind her stomps out from behind the bushes. And only Even had seen him previously.
Alright. And is he crossing into the, like, physical... Does he appear to be continuing his stride, or is he stopping?
No, he is stopping next to her. She is still kneeled down, and he comes up next to her. And he opens a pouch, and he takes out what appears to be the heart of some creature, and it is still bleeding. It is just covered in blood. He pulls it out of his pouch, and the blood is just dripping down his forearm as he pulls it out. And she points. Says, parts.
Do I know what that is?
You can make a nature
Like what
check.
kind of part? What kind of animal or person that part came from?
Sure. Would make a nature check, or any other relevant check you can.
That's it. Yeah. What's your cooking lore, right?
I haven't got cooking lore yet. I've
Well,
got craft.
That's
Yeah.
something.
We've been kind of treating craft as lore for the purposes of that, though. Even using recall knowledge with craft, if that's what you want.
Nope.
No idea. It's from some large animal, and you get the faintest idea that it is reptilian, but you don't know what's going. And it is
Do I
very
have?
large.
I mean, I guess Even would have organ meats, so maybe Even pulls out like another banana leaf with raptor organ meats on it.
Okay. And the witch acolyte looks them over. And she is interested in some of the raptor meat. She finds specific parts of the raptor's legs that interest her. And she's talking to the warden next to her in that language you don't understand. And the warden just grunts back at her. And she points at the raptor leg meat.
Okay. Puck, which do you want?
Let's go with the evocation tutor.
So Even will.
We'll point to the
Okay.
that was the not the marble. What was the
Even says it back in Goblin. Should we wake the others?
What was Joe? What was the object with the evocation?
It was
Magic?
it was a cube of blackened iron.
Yeah, so Puck will kind of point to the cube.
And Even does like over each one until Puck nods his head.
And like one Even moves to conduct the actual transaction, Puck will kind of start trying to ease back up into the tree. Let's see if I can not tank this.
Okay. You're gonna do your squoze first.
Yeah.
So Even asked and you didn't answer about waking the others?
Oh, sorry. What did you, I didn't hear. I
He
was.
said, should we wake the others and back to you in Goblin?
Yeah, and Puck just kind of nods, and that's where I'm heading.
Okay.
Okay. Make your acrobatics check to squoze. Yeah. You very easily squoze this time.
Alright.
Alright, and you're climbing up the tree to get to...
Yeah, well, I'm going to try to get to Frankko and see if it's any different than the G-Pain reaction.
Okay, make a athletics check. We'll say that as part of that acrobatics, you squoze and then jumped up a little bit. You jumped pretty well. So it's a very easy... Yes, because I was worried you'd fail. But yeah, so you scramble up the tree with a squeeze and a dodge while Even is negotiating with the witch. And you are now near the tents. And Gimbolo is again gesturing that he is shaking G-Pain, and G-Pain is not waking up.
Alright, so I will attempt to wake Frankko and see if there's any different reaction.
Frankko does also not wake up.
Alright, so Puck will lean close to Franco's ear and say, "Wake."
Make a will save, Frankko. Failed, so...
Banking on that she was a weaker caster, at
Yeah.
least, or whoever did
Yeah.
the illusion was.
I'm gonna say yes. She will wake up, but not immediately. So yes, you watch as his body jumps up, and then a thing is gonna start happening. That was a really cool idea. So,
Yeah.
so G-Pain and Frankko, you were asleep for a lot of that conversation. And when you begin to regain your senses, you hear a very soft chanting coming from the east. And I'm gonna add on the map here. I'm gonna close my things here. So you see that there are blue copies of your tokens. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So I'm gonna clear your conditions because apparently I don't want you to have they give you the penalties and I don't want that to all happen. You are still fatigued. Okay. So you're over there and you hear chanting coming from over here in these logs. And while they were talking, you have left the tree and your dream selves are walking away from your bodies. And you get to about there when Puck commands your unconscious body, Frankko, to wake. And you move your speed. You can move, I guess, 25 feet to there. And surprised, there are a couple of witchy people who were chanting over here. And they thought they had you did the rights over there, but apparently you commanded to jump backwards. So you realize that something is wrong, that this is not right, that this is a dream, and you ran back to your body, but you didn't make it all the way before their spell went off like this. So you watch as...
Whoa.
Gnarly.
Yeah. Like too. On my notes, if this word is too many times. You watch as in your dream realm, you watch as these blue, ethereal, glowing tendrils erupt from the floor and begin to try to grab at you. And there it is, okay. So to everyone else, to Frankko and G-Pain, this appears to you to be like vines and tendrils are coming out at you. But Puck, they look completely different to you. They seem to be, in your eyes, the same sort of blue etherealness of your hair is writhing up from the ground and grabbing at your friends. And you have this strange feeling that this is something of the hair, but you have this sinking feeling in your stomach that this is not right. That this is not what you believe the true nature of the hair to be.
The hair is being twisted to their purposes, yes, by some dark magic.
Correct.
Clearly.
And
Well, that is infuriating, frankly.
I'm glad to hear it, because you can fight
Are
these
we
people.
in initiative?
We are about to be. You can right-click to bring up the menu if you wish. I'm going to mash the... So, everybody on your... I guess... Even you're stealthy, so you can use stealth as your initiative. Everybody else should be using perception at this point. So, open up your sheet, please, and on the left, there's like a thing. I really need to make a macro to like reset everybody to perception. Would be easy. And then once you're all good, I can mash the button to roll for everyone.
I'm good.
And apparently I have like 2
I'm
copies
good.
of G-Pain. I have to delete them.
Yeah.
Remove, and I have 2 copies of Frankko.
One of them's illusion G-Pain. one of
Correct,
them's
yeah, that's what it was. Alright, so I'm gonna go and mash the button now. Roll everybody. Beginning counter. We are now in combat. So, as combat starts, these hairs, or vines, depending on who you are jumping up out of the ground and grabbing at people, and that only matters on your turn. And again, G-Pain and Frankko, you both get the impression that there was this soothing chant, almost like a song, that was beckoning you towards them, and then right at the end, there was a crescendo when these hairs jump out of the ground. But something caught you, Frankko. Puck's command to you jolted you awake, and you began running back towards your body right as the hairs came up, so you got on the other side of it.
That was a really clever use of that spell, dude.
I greatly
Hero
enjoyed
point.
it. I will give you a hero point for that, actually. Yes, I'm bad at that, and that's a great suggestion. Please nominate those live in the session, because I will give them out. So the first person to go is the Dream Witch Warden over here, who's going to walk up to you, Gimbolo. Oh no, not everybody. I have everybody selected still. Oh god. He's going to walk over to you, Gimbolo, and he is going to attempt to wrestle you, grapple you.
Grabbles.
He's going to grapple you, and he is going to make an athletics check.
What do I do?
He just goes against your fortitude DC, which is an 18, so he's failed to grapple you. He moved, he'll try it again with a -5. He is trying to grapple you again. He fails 2
Get
times.
outta here.
So
I
he
don't
goes.
see them, Joe. The green people are
You can
invisible?
make a well. There's a big glowing thing now, so make a perception check and see how terrible you roll.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead. If you anybody who's awake can make a perception check. You do see them. They are either ethereal or shadowy or something, but now that there's a big cacophony of glowing hair, yes, both of you, Gimbolo and Even, you very plainly see it. And Puck, you certainly see it is drawing your attention. So the Dream Witch Warden ran up and tried to grab you twice, G-Pain, and failed. And he is holding, again, a big battle axe in one hand and a shield in the other hand. Well, I guess he couldn't use the shield, he's grappling you, so he just has an axe.
Okay.
Even.
Do we assume that I have a sword out?
Would you have taken one out? I'm gonna go with no, because the witches didn't
Yeah.
react to you having one out.
That's fine. Well, because he was hidden the whole time. That's so even
Oh,
will
fair enough.
draw sword.
Okay.
And step to here and try to cut the witch acolyte.
All right. And she turns to you, stunned, still kneeling. That is a hit. And you hit her for 11. She takes the damage, and she looks at you and she says, "Droh, trade!" And you cut her, and she's still alive.
Cut her harder.
Is yeah, I guess I'll just cut her again. Apparently, I'll use my last reroll.
All right.
So Even starts to lose his grip on the sword,
Mm.
and basically stops, readjusts himself, and does a thrust instead of a slash.
Mm.
Well, now we're killing everyone inside.
Bunch of murder gobos.
Nope.
Better than the one.
That
So
is
fun
not
enough.
a critical miss, though. So you just regular miss. And you, yeah, that was your whole turn. So that's you. Gimbolo.
Gimbolo. So I think we act together.
Oh yeah,
That's
he
the
uses
second
your
turn.
initiative, is what it is? Is that what we
Yeah.
decided? I don't think we just roll them both and get the higher one all
He
the time.
delays for his initiative, like even if he gets a better.
Well,
initiative.
they always he acts on your turn. Like you, yeah. I'm just removing him from initiative until you tell me otherwise. I think he just acts on your turn.
Yeah, we split it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you do, and yeah, correct. Okay. Dream Witch Acolyte 2 gets to go, and seeing that Frankko is close to escaping, she does not like that. So she is going to cast something on you. You're already asleep, so she can't do that. She is going to cast a fear spell on you. So make another will save, Frankko. That is a failure. That is not a critical failure, it's a regular failure.
Let me try again. I've got 2 hero points. I'll
So many hero points. For 3-hour sessions, the hero points really keep you going. Yeah, you made it. So you feel this intense dread come over you. The visions of your nightmare from the previous night, that feeling of aloneness, that coldness of isolation wells within you, and you almost lose it, but then you shirk it off. And then she is going to move over to here and look at you. And Puck, you can see her moving. Again, she's this weird, ethereal, incorporeal, you can't really tell. And she is glowing with the blue of your hair. But she is not of the hair.
No,
And
she's not.
that is her turn. The Witch Acolyte that Even is hacking away at gets to go now. And she's going to try to put you to sleep, Even. So this is a little bit of a wombo combo. She tries Veil of Sleep, Veil of Dreams. Make a will save, Even. You have failed, so now you take a -2 to will saves against sleep effects and penalty perception. And anytime you use a concentrate action, it must succeed a DC flat check or the action is disrupted. And then she tries to put you to sleep. So make another will save.
Interesting.
Oh, sleep is a
cool.
burst. I could be hitting multiple people with these things. Man, I'm dumb. Make another
Yeah,
will
5
save.
first.
Roll for shit.
You have fallen asleep, Even.
Oh, shite.
Your bard powers still permeate your horrible being.
Can't get away from being a bard. Just can't do it.
Damn you, Sharag.
You can take the shitty bard out of the character, but you can't take the shitty bard out of the party.
Moral.
So the other Dream Witch Acolyte is gonna go and move around the thing. I guess she's gonna double move. I guess she can move 50 feet. Well, she'll get to over here. And she's going to triple move. She's going to move in front of you, Frankko. She wants to stop you. She's going to stand in front of you. And she has just a staff out. She's bearing it in front of you as if she's going to try to block your way. G-Pain.
Am I immobilized?
No. Oh, sorry. You make a reflex save on your turn. This is
Okay.
the entangle spell. I'll show you what it is. Okay.
Oh, I rolled.
You rolled
a
your
daily
reflex. That's fine. So you have failed. So you are immobilized. Oh no, sorry, a critical failure. It's not a critical failure. You regular failed. So you take a -10 circumstance penalty to your speed, And all of this is rough terrain, which costs 10 feet per movement.
So we can move 1 square per move.
Yes, unless you
Okay.
move out and away.
Is there a combat casting in this? Like, do I have to roll a combat cast? Can I cast in combat without even?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no AOOs unless the creature specifically has it.
Unless it has it, yeah. I'm gonna cast Tanglefoot on this guy.
Okay,
Turn the finger.
show them what you got. You gotta hit me first, so there's an attack button you gotta mash. That'll do. That'll do.
Is that a crit?
It is, but yeah, it is. And there's no save, so yeah, you get the critical success. Target gains the immobilize condition, and takes a negative 10 penalty. Yeah, so I'll drag that immobilize onto him. Cool.
And then I'm moving away for my last thing.
Yeah. So what are you doing? Remember, you have a 15-foot move, and it takes 10 feet to move anywhere inside the mess. So you get
I
one
want to
square.
leave this thing, so that's 1, and then 1 more, right?
If you moved out, that's a clear move. So you move 10 feet, and you have 15 feet of movement. So you can move another square.
Okay.
It can escape it can attempt to escape against your spell save. Yeah, okay. So on its turn, does something else. Okay, that's you. Hook.
I'm outside of it, right?
You are outside of it. Yes, you are on the edges.
It's not like a pit, and I'm gonna fall back in or something.
The hair writhes around you, Puck, but does not seem to affect you. You watch as its ghostly wisps across your face.
Puck will make 1 move over here, and give a zappy do across this pair.
Okay, at what?
Joe,
Yes.
sorry. So I guess I was supposed to use an act together, and I think my Eidolon gets 1 action out of that.
Okay. Let's do Puck's turn, and we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's different.
It's a trash roll.
Yeah. So what are you attacking? Sorry.
That is a shot with the Divine Lance that should hit both of those.
The Witch Warden and the Witch Acolyte.
It hits 1, right?
Yeah. Oh, is it?
You're thinking of Grim
I thought that
Tendrils
was
as
a
the
red.
line.
Yeah, I'm going for the Acolyte.
Okay. You're going for the
In that case.
Injured Acolyte, and a 13 is a miss.
Doesn't matter if she's kneeling. Oh, she stood up next time. Never mind. She stood up and cast him in the face.
No, she didn't stand up because she used all 3 actions, so she is kneeling. And prone is flat. It's a -1, right? That's still
2.
not enough. -2? Oh, then that is a hit. Many combinations. Should have stood up, you stupid Acolyte. There you go.
Come on, dog.
diggity.
Get that big damage.
Yeah. No.
Go.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Job, right?
Yeah.
And that's chaos if it's relevant.
It is not, but you watch as the bolt goes straight through her skull, and she's cackling softly as this shark goblin collapses in front of her. Actually, Sleep says you don't fall down, I think, which is the weirdest fucking thing in the world. But whatever, even just kind of conks out like a zombie standing in front of her, and she's cackling and moving to stand up, and you just snipe her through the head with the Divine Lance, and she collapses dead.
And that's me.
And of note, again, you walked right through the tentacles, and you also walked right through Frankko. You saw him as you were moving, and with utter confidence in the hair, you walked through him and were unaffected. Frankko.
So this is my dream body doing.
Yes, you
things
must
right
move
now,
into your dream body, and you have this compulsion to go back to your body, and you have this fundamental feeling that if you got back to your regular body, you would wake up.
Okay.
Reflex save.
Yes, reflex save.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you. Yes, thank you. This guy. Helping hand.
Right.
You have succeeded. You are not affected by it at all.
Okay. So, given the compulsion, I assume that dream body would move back to real body.
If that's what you want. It's not a mandatory compulsion. Compulsion might have been the wrong word. It's a strong desire. You feel that.
Strong
Only
suggestion.
had to do it once, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct. Like that jolt.
Yeah.
Like you were right next to G-Pain at the beginning, and that jolt was what gave you the 20 feet of separation before the entanglement went off. You both would have been on the other side if it wasn't. So you were not forced to do that. But it's up to
Okay.
you.
Well, I think nonetheless that's what Dream Franco will do.
Okay. So you can move and make an athletics check to climb. And yeah, you have enough movement to do it. It's going to take you, I think, 2 full moves, maybe. That's actually not good enough to climb the tree. You didn't fail, but yeah, that's not enough to climb the tree. So you get there, you use a move to go up, and it fails. So you could use your 3rd move to try again.
Okay.
That's good enough, yeah. So with success, you move up 5 feet for 20 feet plus 5. So you just move up 5 feet, that's it. It's a 10-foot tree. So yeah, you need another turn. You're only halfway up. And that's Franco's turn.
Joe, does
Oh yeah, let's talk about Gimbal.
Action.
So when you take your turn, you can use the act together action, which you spend 1 to 3 actions on it. And what happens is, you or the Eidolon take those many actions, and the other person gets 1 action. So,
Right.
So you could have used act together with all 3 actions, and I'm pretty sure it's you get 1 action that costs that much. If that makes sense. Like you as G-Pain get 1 action that costs 3. Tell me if I'm wrong, because
I thought regardless if I take 1 to 3, regardless of how I chop them up, the other guy gets 1 action.
I guess that makes sense. So basically, if you cast it with
What I just did.
yeah, like so what you did, like the first thing you did was move, right? So you would have cast act together with 1 or 2.
I did Tanglefoot first. No.
Oh, you did Tanglefoot. You did Tanglefoot. You act together with Tanglefoot. So you did it with 1 action. Either you or Eidolon takes an activity using the same number of actions act together, and the other takes a single action. For example, you spent 2 actions act together. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, I think your Eidolon does get 1 action. Is the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, regardless of how many I take.
And how many actions was Tanglefoot before I forget? Because is it 2? Okay, so then you actually you have 1 fewer movement than you did because I thought you had 2 for some reason. So you're actually there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And your Eidolon gets to go. You're correct.
And is she within 10 feet of me?
You are in the tree, so no. I'd say she's like 15 feet away from you.
Okay, I will jump out.
Mhm.
And do I take full damage, or can I roll to stop that?
It's a 10-foot drop. I think you ignore the first 5, so there's only 1. I think you can roll and make that work. If you're dropping down intentionally, no, you're fine. I'm pretty sure. Make an athletics check just to make sure you don't crit fail, but I'm pretty sure yes, you're fine. So you jump down. And you want to be like right next to her, or 10 feet away from her?
No, I'll stay. Actually, yeah, he'll jump down here. I can't actually.
You can't. Oh, you don't have ownership? Dirt.
Or maybe it's not
Bigger
my turn.
permissions. You're the owner of it. You can't move Gimbal.
I think because it's not my turn on initiative.
Oh, that's
There we go.
frustrating. Okay, fair enough. And we made Gimbolo a PC. Okay, so we do have to do that. Okay, you want him here? I'll move him for now.
Yeah, please, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, and I hop down, and that's it. That's my turn.
All right, and I'm gonna add Gimbolo after your turn, so you can explicitly move him. Okay, Franco done. Witch Warden goes, and this Witch Warden has just watched Even slaughter his friend, but you are sleeping. You're standing there sleeping. So how angry is he? That's my question. Let's roll to find out. Actually, I'll have him make a will save. Why not? That seems more fitting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kapow. Yeah, he restrains himself. He wants to murder you even, but he restrains himself. And is going to deal with the people who are still awake. And he sees Gimbolo attacking or getting close to a witch acolyte, and he sees Puck, who was the one who you actually did the killing. You actually murdered. So yeah, he's gonna walk over to you.
Yeah.
I forgot that you were the murderer. I'm so used to even murdering people. And you watch as he comes over. He moves, and I'm pretty sure the spell I want to cast is 2 actions. Let me confirm that before. Yeah, it is. So he casts a spell and then moves over to you, Puck. And he moves over. He stomps slowly towards you, and identify a spell being cast. I'm pretty sure is the School of the Spell. I'm pretty sure. I have to look that up. But if you want to know what he's casting, he's using primal magic, so it would be a primal check. And that's his whole turn, to just move up to you and do that. And then we're back to the Dream Witch Warden, who is now, he's been ankle-footed by G-Pain.
Yeah.
So he needs to escape, which is acrobatics, I want to say.
It's acrobatics, and it's got an attack, so if he
Sorry?
attacks anymore. It's got the attack trait.
Oh,
so he
okay.
takes
And is it only acrobatics, or can you do other things?
It's an escape. The escape is just an athletics action.
Okay.
Uses your athletics, and it's got the attack trait.
Against my
Yeah.
spell DC.
Yep,
Or
against the
19?
athletics DC of the creature grabbing you, or the DC of the spell. Okay, yeah. So basically, I just need to make an athletics check.
It's 19.
19? Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got it.
I love it. Poop.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's 19?
It says against the spell DC.
So
So that's the caster, which is me.
yeah, and it's a 19. You're sure of that?
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts. Okay, so yeah, so he's gonna try again. He has a -5, so he's just writhing here trying to get out of this.
Oh.
No. Yeah, so he can't do it. He's immobilized. He should be casting spells at
Oh,
you.
and -5 on top of it.
Yeah.
But does that have that -5 on there?
That's what I'm saying. He failed. Yeah, he failed again.
Yeah,
He's
so
writhing in
failed.
place
Yeah,
and
16. Sweet.
can't. So then he uses
Hooray, cantrips.
he uses a spell. He casts a spell in front of you, writhing. And you hear him shout. He casts the spell and then shouts that he's getting away. He says the one over here is getting away. And even you're asleep.
I don't think there's anything to it.
I don't
just
think you
stay
can do
unconscious.
anything, unless somebody comes over and shakes you. I think you're just out. I don't think there's any more saves.
Oh.
Dream Witch Acolyte 2 was informed that you were getting away and wants to stop you from doing that. So she is going to cast a spell. She's going to start blasting you, G-Pain, with all 3 actions of a magic missile. Kaplow. You get 3 bolts. Wow. Amazing. Utterly amazing. So
-3. Wow.
Yeah, shucks.
yeah, that's something. But they all get a minimum of 1, so the answer is 3.
Yeah, you need that here.
I need that sound effect. That one's dead. Dream Witch Acolyte 1 is the one on the other side, and Frankko is climbing up the tree, and she doesn't like that you're doing. So she is going to cast a spell too. And she already tried to fear you, that failed. She is going to try. I feel like she's also just going to want to bonk you with Magic Missile. She'll cast a different spell. So she begins chanting again in a guttural voice, and Frankko, you are the only one who hears it. You need to make a Fortitude save. Jesus! You critically succeeded. So it's a basic save, which means on a crit success you take no damage.
I mean, you can't come at the OG of harassing music, right?
Yeah.
With this auditory shit get
Yeah,
out of my face.
this is brutal. Yeah, she didn't really work out for her. So then she's gonna single action magic missile you, as ineffective as that is, for 1 damage. And I don't think there's any concentration check, whatever, for climbing. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nas, but G-Pain, you get to go.
What was that? Why
Taking damage while climbing, does it matter? And
I don't think so in the new rules.
Okay. G-Pain.
G-Pain, I'm G-Pain.
G-Pain.
G-Pain. I'll do. Yeah, I can move 30 feet, right? Nothing wrong.
You have 25-foot move unless something's different.
I have 30 because I think I have fleet. I took fleet.
Okay, it's not changing it on your sheet, but we'll look into that later.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll get over to myself. That's one. Oh, I hit a wall. 10.
Yeah, the tree is a wall.
25, 30.
As you are walking, once you turn around this tree, hold on, sorry to mess up the
Okay.
counting. As you turn to this tree, the witch acolyte turns to you, G-Pain, and casts another spell. And
Lead spell.
a reaction spell.
How's she doing that?
With a reaction!
With a reaction, yeah.
Make a will save. You might find this one a little familiar.
William save.
A William save. Damn, boy!
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't care. That's a success. You're unaffected. So you watch as trees and branches and swamp begin to swirl around you, these illusory things, and confuse you as, like, you're stepping forward, but then a big tree shot shoots up in front of you, but you very quickly realize that it is an illusion. And you are unaffected. So continue your move. Apologies for interrupting it.
No, but good. So he goes, ah. It's like, you're an amateur caster. You're dealing with more than that. So that was one 30-foot move, then 15, 20, 25, 30, and then 10 feet up, right?
Yes.
Athletics check, I guess?
Yes.
Or can I use acrobatics? No.
No, you have to use athletics against climbing. Unless you
Okay.
have a... At least you want to do like a super high jump, a T10 high, or whatever, a 10-foot high jump. That's
Oh,
good
yeah.
enough, though. You move up 5 feet. So you need to make...
Yeah.
How many moves did you use to get there already?
I used 2. That was my last one.
Okay. Then yeah, so you and Frank are both 5 foot above the tree.
Okay.
And then Gimbolo
And-
goes. Presumably at some point you used your act together. It's one action.
Yeah, and he'll use his flaming root attack.
His flaming root attack.
Aha! Because he took arcane heart, he has fire damage.
Well, that's interesting. Well, that is a critical hit on Dream Witch Acolyte 2.
And a flaming root pierces her dirty body.
Damn. 20 is a
He's
lot.
dirty.
Into her heart. And then he says, parts.
Yeah, so
And
you watch as she takes 15 of that.
You don't know
And
what no parts he was asleep.
that is enough that actually she collapses. So as Gimbolo's root comes up and strikes her, you watch as it goes further into her body than you would think before she reacts. As if, like, she wasn't there for part of it, but it got so deep that it actually did strike where her body was in whatever weird demi-plane she's existing in. And she collapses dead. And Pook.
the pook.
Hide the eyes!
Oh, it's happening. It's impossible to understand, but it's so cool.
We gotta get it clearer. Yeah, we gotta boost something in that. We'll work on it, but that's fantastic. I'm loving all
so
of this.
cool. Yeah, spray of stars.
All right, and you
We'll
can
hit the guy in front of him.
and the acolyte, presumably. Is it a?
Yes.
It's a cone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get both of them, right? Let's just do a quick little cone over here. Sure, I'm gonna do each go like 15-foot cone like that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you nail them, and they just make reflex saves. Yeah.
And Puck at this point is visibly like floating off the ground.
The Witch Warden has failed by 5, so they take full damage. So go ahead and match your damage button. And the Dream Witch Acolyte has succeeded. So this one takes... Witch Warden takes full, and the Dream takes half.
And they're
Dazzled.
They are
Dazzled,
Dazzled.
yes.
Gazelled.
Yeah. 1 round for the one who succeeded, and 3 rounds for the one who failed.
Okay. Got it.
Concealment, that's nice.
Buck
And-
will.
And you get another action, yeah? That was 2? Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2, and float over to even.
Just-
Actually, is that a 2 to cast that one?
It says,
Or
yes,
is
it's
this-
cast time 2.
Yeah, 2. Okay, good deal.
Get to there.
So that's it for me.
Frankoo.
Oh man, can you poke me?
I think it's an action. You need to take an actual action, I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
man.
I thought, yeah, it was.
Just run head
He's
first
got to
into me.
manipulate you.
Just run into me.
Manipulate
Can you
it
charge
even. Franco.
All right. Well, let's hopefully finish climbing.
Come on, buddy. Nice.
Yes,
Hooray.
you are at your body, and the second you touch it, your ghost body vanishes, and you just have your real body now. And I deleted you, and I took you off initiative because I'm the best at this
Oh
game.
god.
Oh god! All right, there you go.
Okay. So yeah. So Franco will wake up, and basically look back down at that dream acolyte 1 who was trying to block his path
Mhm.
before. Raise his hand and say, illusory magic, things not what they seem. Your night is about to be tragic since I woke up from my dream. And we'll pop off.
I love it. I love it so much. Hero point.
Hero point.
Fine, you can have another hero point.
Yes.
Intimidation on Dream Acolyte against her will DC?
It's,
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
I guess so, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
will,
so that is a failure until you insult something
Shucks.
else. That is a failure. That was 1 action to get up, 1 action to intimidate. You got another one.
Well, now I've got 2 hero points again. Let me try it again. Is that cool?
That's what I get. That's what I get for giving it to you.
So his birthday.
Yes!
How about that?
That
That
is a
was
critical
a-
success,
like reroll.
obviously.
Get that frightened too, baby.
Yeah, I'll take that frighten
Yeah.
too. And you have that cool feat where I can't get less than 1 unless I hit you.
Correct.
Alright, frighten 2.
And so now I will do a finisher Star Knife throw to the Witch Warden down at the bottom.
The one that was at Puck? Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That is a hit.
Attaboy.
Gangster turn, man.
Franco, don't mess around.
Ooh, that's a terrible roll.
I mean, you were bound to have 1 bad roll this turn.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a good
I mean, I
turn.
guess the first intimidate was better. But still. Yeah, there it is. That's your whole turn. That was a great turn.
It's pretty average.
And then the Witch Warden goes, and he sees Puck about to get even, and he wants to wrestle you, but he's not going to because he cast a spell and he's gonna goddamn use it before he dies. So he's going to walk over, and he is going to strike you.
That's
Roll
right.
against concealment
Why?
because he's dazzled.
He's
Everything's
dazzled, and concealment is what, a flat
Yes.
DC 5?
Yeah, I think a flat 5.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Alright. So he hits you, and his battle axe, Puck, as you didn't detect it, but as he cuts into you, you feel the magic of his battle axe as he deals 16 hit points of damage to you.
DR3, please.
Thank you!
And that's physical damage.
That's correct. Yes, because you are. What gives you that? Is that just your mystery gives
That
you?
is,
The
what
Cosmos mystery?
His curse is
No, that's my extra squishy, I believe.
I thought it was the mystery. Well, whatever. It's, yeah, you have
Yeah,
three
it's
physical.
part of the mystery, and I think there's something in the goblin. Oh no, never mind. That's unrelated.
Okay.
Yes,
So
that's
he
the
hits you
mystery.
once, and since he's hurt, he's going to raise a shield. So he hacked at you with a battle axe, and then he raises a shield. And Dream Witch Warden 1 goes, and he's still trapped over there. Come on, buddy.
Eat poop.
He's gonna try. The first thing is athletics to get out. God damn it, can't do it.
There's poop on his legs.
And he is going to cast a spell. He sees you on the tree over there. I'm clicking this to see what it does.
Look at this tree.
No, that's not what I want. That's great, but that's not what I want. Alright, so he's gonna huck a telekinetic projectile at you.
That is really good.
That's a great spell, but oh, you're the best. So you watch as he looks around and he picks up a big piece of hunk of log from the bog and tries to throw it at you, but instead a spell, magic vacuum. The effects of all beneficial spells affecting you end immediately. So he loses a buff he had that you didn't know about. And you watch as he goes to throw this log, and instead the magic around him, Puck, you watch as the hair around him, like this writhing hair, backs away from him as if he is like anathema to magic for the moment, and some spell around him unwinds. And he struggles with this Tanglefoot bag or whatever, your Tanglefoot spell, and just can't do anything. Even you're still asleep. I'm sorry, I know sleep magic is
Yeah, somebody slap me.
Alright. Green Witch Acolyte 1 goes. Not afraid of Frankko. Yeah. I think the Green Witch Acolyte might wake you up. So I think she's gonna cast an area spell and try to waken you up with it. So she's gonna blast a line because she thinks this is the right thing to do. She's gonna cast Grim Tendrils on both of you. This is the line spell you were talking about. So you can make a Fortitude save, you two.
He's gonna get wrecked. He's sleeping.
I'm not sure if that matters for a Fortitude save.
I guess he's still.
Probably should have left you asleep. Oh, look, he still got wrecked. This is so fucking
awesome.
Take that.
You didn't crit fail.
It's true.
If he succeeds and takes half, he takes nothing, yeah?
I assume it's always minimum 1, but I don't know the answer.
Then no big deal.
We can look it up
I don't
later.
actually know that.
It
It's
won't,
fine.
yeah, it won't matter probably. If you die by 1 hit point, we'll talk about it. G-Pain.
G-Pain will move up. You wake up now, though, even, right?
Oh, yeah, he's awake. Yeah, he's do that.
Oh, am I awake?
Because you got hit.
You got
Oh,
hurt.
is that
I
right?
assume that's enough.
Yes. Okay, good. Do I go now?
I don't think so, but I don't know. Look up the rules for sleep and let me know if you think you should go.
Okay.
G-Pain, you're doing what? You're climbing. That is good enough. You make it to your body. You hop into your body?
And I'm pissed. And I will take. Yeah, I'll go hard on this one. G-Pain gets back in his body and he's really pissed off. And the Eidolon tells him everything that happened. And he'll use his last 2 actions to make him large.
To make who large?
Gibolo.
Oh dear. Okay.
I make him large. Heighten
Alright.
3, right? I believe so.
Heighten 3? You don't have you can't use 3rd level spells.
No, I cannot. You're right.
It's trying to cheat. Look at this cheater.
Yeah, not till level 5.
Standard cheating, yes.
Standard cheating.
Standard cheating.
So if you use the first one, you can give it like the other stuff. You can't do that 3rd one.
I'll give him 20-foot status to move speed.
Okay, he's fast now. Okay, that works too. So that was
And then
you climbed, and is this a 2-action thing you did?
yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then he gets 1 action.
And then he will move all the way in.
All the way into
I can't
what?
move.
Oh, now you can. Now it's Gimbolo's turn.
Okay, and I will plug him into everybody.
Alright. Puck!
So, having been struck by the Witch Warden, Puck will just kind of stand up straight, turn and look straight at him, and declare again in his weird voice.
Say it in
And the,
say it in regular because we can't understand.
Yeah, say it in regular. We can't hear your words.
No, never, absolutely not.
We'll work on it later.
But the guy's hair will start basically growing in to hit, like, growing into his body.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I love the wording of this spell. The audacity to spell your blood. 2d6 persistent bleed damage. Okay, I make a will save though. Here we go. I failed. I didn't crit fail or anything, but failure. The target takes full persistent bleed damage until the bleeding stops. The target has weakness 1 to piercing and slashing. That means take 1 extra damage from piercing and slashing attacks.
Okay.
Until the bleeding stops. So the way persistent damage works is on its turn, at the end of its turn, it takes the damage and then makes a flat check, a DC 15 flat check to end it. And if it's healed magically, it stops by itself.
Roll it.
Well, we don't roll it until its turn, really. Because if you roll it every turn, you roll it fresh every turn.
Oh, interesting.
And with my third action, Puck will kick even.
He'll what?
I will reach back and kick even. Try to wake.
Well, he's already awake. He got hit with a spell. He's awake now.
All right, super.
You gonna
In that case,
shear?
I will, yeah, let's stab this guy.
He has weakness 1, so he takes even more. That won't do it though. You have missed him.
Did I get an extra hero point? It's 1142.
No, I don't think you got. I don't remember giving you an extra one recently.
Never mind.
Right, that's it.
Does
You
the
got
flank-
you
the
got
flank
one for
doesn't-
the command that you did to me.
Oh yeah, did you use that one? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
You re-rolled something at some point, but that was probably just one. You're probably good.
Let's-
Yeah.
let's-
Why not? It's fine. I should keep track.
Let's turn
of
it
this.
into a fumble.
Let's turn it into a fumble. That is a hit, except for the fact that he has his shield raised. So he gets a +1 to his armor class, +2 to his armor class.
Does the flank matter?
Yeah, flank is what, a -1 or
2.
2? So that is
Flat-footed.
still a hit.
My
So go ahead and
dog.
roll your damage. What just happened?
Take
there?
your one.
Is that right?
Yes.
One
G-Pain.
piercing.
I don't know what that
Gimbolo
KH
again.
is in there. Like, you rolled a 1 though, so yeah, the answer is yes. I don't know what that macro looks weird, but we'll look at it later. Yeah, so 1 damage, but you watch again as he raises the shield. I'm gonna click on him and I'm gonna mash the shield block button and hit damage. And you can see, boom, he took no hit points, but his shield was damaged for 1 hit points.
Nice.
Boom. Actually 0 hit points because of the hardness of the shield. So basically his shield saved him that damage, and he doesn't take any extra damage from the cool bleed effect you have on him. Franco.
I don't have anything else clever, but I'm going to try to taunt the witch warden that is in front of Puck.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Not critically, but works. So 1 frightened.
Okay. Then I'm going to try to zap
Oh boy.
the. I think. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because it's the same damage to anybody else in the same area. 30 feet of you, arc of lightning to another one. Yeah, so it's the same. So it's going to be to both of them. They both have to do the reflex save. They'll see. And then,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
then
it's the same damage, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Saves, reflex. What's my... Not... I failed. Did I crit fail? That one crit
19.
failed.
Yeah.
Does a critical fail mean... It's a basic reflex save. So I'm pretty sure they take double when they crit fail. So
Yeah.
which acolyte... And magic doesn't... The incorporeal stuff, magic doesn't give a shit about that. So yeah. So this one takes double. And is dead. And this one takes regular. And is not dead.
Okay. What else have I got? Probably not much from up here. 10 feet up. How far can I jump? Can I like try to do a jump hit on this thing?
We looked
That
this up
thing.
and I've already forgotten it, but I'm pretty sure you can jump 10 feet, like long jump, for free with just an action. And if you want to go further than that, you need to make an actual athletics check. If that's
Right. So I'm 10 feet up in the tree.
So you're looking to not take damage when you come down, is what you're saying?
I mean, I don't care about the damage. I think Franco's like lining up his sword and just gonna jump down, kind of like one of these deals.
You're 10 feet up and you are 10 feet away. I'm pretty sure you can just jump.
Okay.
Like a
So you
leap is
want
10
to-
feet horizontally, and
So then, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
then
you're
I
good.
could drop directly.
You can
straight
just,
down,
for
so-
one action to leap, you can just drop down. So yeah.
Get him.
Okay. So you see after after the bolt of lightning comes flying out of the tree, then the goblin follows and jumps down and basically tries to do a
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's already used its shield bash thing. It still has the shield to AC, but yeah, maybe I shouldn't have defended that one. But that's a hit. That is a... You're not flanking, so that is a regular hit. Does... Like, because he's flanked, he doesn't have flight footed to Frankko, right? The answer is...
I don't think so.
I don't think
no,
so
I
either,
think
yeah. Okay. Yeah, and he can't shield bash that. Oops, I hit it twice. He's supposed to have one hit point left. Sorry. I mashed the
He
button.
doesn't. There's a specific rogue feat to do that.
Okay. So yeah, he is still standing, but barely. After that hit. And that's all your actions. It's great how that Sparkly
Yep,
is only
all
one action, so you can do all kinds of crazy stuff. And then
Yeah.
it's his turn, and he is surrounded.
oh, by the way, do I take damage from that jump?
I don't think so. I think you actually might take half of the last 5 feet, but you can do a roll to get rid of it. I forget what it is. Make an
And
athletics.
also
Make an athletics
takes
check.
half
Um,
of half.
I've got the unbreakable, yeah.
Oh, so you would take half of half. So you would take one, but do an athletics check to see if you can intentionally jump down. Yeah. So you don't even take that, but you would take half of half.
Okay.
Half of half the distance. So this one is furious, and I don't know who it's more furious at. I'm just gonna roll a d6 here, and it has chosen Frankko to be the most angry at in the moment, and
Probably makes sense.
it's going to smack at
He's
you.
got zapped and jumped at.
Yeah, it's gonna smack you with the battle axe. Nimble dodge, still a regular hit.
Not gonna be enough, yeah.
Yeah. It matches you for 10. Boom. And it's going all out. It's going the second strike, also a hit. For 12. And the third swing, not enough, but didn't critically fail, so he's got that going. So he's going all out, and then on his turn, he takes 2d6 bleed damage. So, you want to roll it, Puck? Slash 2d6? Slash roll 2d6, apologies.
I would love to, yes. Feel the need to directly punish these.
Yes. So you watch as he swings once, twice, and he's huffing and panting, and his last one, he swings and misses Frankko, and he collapses, and you can see that there's just... You don't see any visible wounds, but you just see blood dripping out of underneath his armor. And he collapses dead.
Well, that's a horrific death. Fitting of one who perverts the hair.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Which warden won? Come on, athletics. Oh, he's free. He's free. He's free and he's out of here. He's free and he's running the fuck away.
He's got only 2 actions though.
That's true. He's got 2 actions.
And my tree has a super sprint now, so he's in trouble.
Yeah. So yeah, he would run, and I assume you're chasing him. So he's decently far away. But what's happening?
If it's still like going, Gimbolo would chase him, and Gimbolo now has like I think 150 foot move, like 50 feet per round or something. 50 feet per action.
You have to stay within 100 feet of him. Remember.
Is he still within earshot?
Yes.
We can do the math.
Stop.
That has a range of 30 feet, though.
Oh, yes.
Excellent. I like where your head's at. So the plan would be Gimbolo will run him down.
Yeah, because he's now.
Even
he's
with
got an
Book
extra
too.
20 foot.
Just in the freakish bush.
He has an
Yeah,
extra 20
so-
foot move.
The
on every move.
gigantic bush.
Your
right?
your tree has an extra 20 feet on its move.
On each move action, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
and
so.
it has a 45. Oh, it's already in there. Okay, I was gonna say it's a 45 foot basement, but it has a 45 foot move. Yeah, so it can with 90 feet. Does it have reach?
Yep.
Yes.
What is its reach?
10 foot reach. And I can trip.
Okay, well, he with a 90-foot move, with 2 moves, he can't actually catch up. He's just 5 feet short. But you can run in front of him, essentially.
Then I'll just keep trying to trip him, I think.
Okay, well, you get that far, and how far can Even get?
Even can get 75 feet.
Okay. Yeah, so Even's following, and I guess Gimbolo would have to follow. We don't have to do all this, though. We don't have to play this out. But what happens is, Gimbolo, I'm going to try to... Well, he's ethereal. You can't actually grapple him, and you can't trip him.
Even with the fire
Sorry,
attack?
he is not ethereal. I said the wrong word. He is incorporeal. And when Gimbolo tries to trip him, his tentacles or whatever go straight through him.
But I can still damage him? Or
You
no?
can smash him,
No.
but he has resistances.
Oh, I'll keep it, then I'll hurt him, yeah.
Sure.
Kill
So,
him.
yeah, I'll just roll some of those real quick. Let's go with the Flaming Root. Yeah, so you managed to hit him a couple times. And he keeps running. And long story short, we'll say you beat him up a bit, and then you watch as he runs, like Frankko and you did, he runs to his body. But you've beat him up so much that by the time Even catches up, you are just wailing on the corpse. Gimbolo is just wailing on the corpse before the guy even got to it. You have slaughtered
That's
him.
brutal.
So he was unable to escape back to his body.
Are there other acolyte bodies there?
Yes, you find a witch body, 2 witch bodies, and this warden's body. The people who attacked you
Okay.
were all sleeping in a nearby nook. And they are all no longer breathing. Even the ones that were killed in their dreams are dead.
Is it a better campsite than our campsite?
It's certainly more hidden, yes.
Okay, so even we'll scoop up everybody and head back to our campsite to discuss.
Okay. And we'll call it there. So we got like 5 minutes left. So MVP
So
nominations.
do you just hate anything that starts with B? 'Cause, I mean, bards obviously deserve the hatred, but barbarians, I get fatigued, so I can't rage.
I felt
And then I get put to
very bad
sleep.
doing that. I promised that it was random. I rolled to see when the thing would
Right.
happen, and it was you were asleep. I'm sorry, and you failed your will save. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I'll-
And then
I'll
you went to
remember.
sleep, and I felt double bad. So not only were you ineffective, you were out of the fight for like 80%
Yeah.
of it.
I mean, it was kind of fun to actually have a fight where like the rest of us had to do stuff, you know. So
Do stuff you
new.
did.
like
Fuck,
limbs just aren't getting ripped off every round.
fuck like Divine Smite sniped some guy.
Yeah, fuck was serious. And of course, Ebola.
You're in your voice, and we can't understand what you're saying, Chris.
You are in the
It's amazing.
Fantastic.
Ebola is a hero for me.
Ebola is a hero. He ran him down.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can't. These people have perverted the hair to their own purposes somehow, and that won't stand.
I like how the first half I aced every roll, and then the second half I couldn't make a roll to save my life.
So literally save him.
Ah,
All right, yeah. So MVP nominations. I heard some chat about who was awesome, but anybody want to make official nominations for any reason?
Puck had some awesomeness.
Yeah.
Franco had some of the two of the probably the best turns in the whole turns
Session,
of
yeah.
the fight, where he just like, oh, I just dominate this, and I just dominate that. Oh, I throw the star knife at this guy, and then I lightning strike the other guy, and then I dive down and stab the other guy. Like,
You ain't wrong.
Yeah, I would definitely second the nomination of Puck. I really liked the command. I mean, he was doing some serious damage. Like, his hair kept us going the right way. There was a lot of good stuff.
All right.
it's
Well,
funny.
/GM and Shirag, if you can text me or just say it out loud if you don't care. And let me know what you want to vote, and I'll start reading off morals while we do. Naz's recap: eggs for peeps. You can take that shitty bard. You can take the shitty bard out of the character, but you can't take the shitty bard out of the party. Joe says, "Oh, you were the murderer. I'm so used to even murdering people. You can't come at the OG of harassing people." All right. I have a tie. Bijo, you there? You were watching. Bijo, if you were there, you can vote on MVP. I'm not sure if he's there.
To be decided.
To be decided. Yeah, Bijo will be the deciding factor. Well, I'll go with that. That's fine. I'll allow that. I'll allow either now or on Discord, Bijo is the deciding factor for MVP.
Yeah, hero points are not what they were. You can always.
What do you mean they're not what they were? They saved your ass like 8 times this session.
They have not saved my ass 8 times this session.
Oh,
I've
well,
rolled 3.
Fair enough.
I've had 3 of them. One of them saved me.
Fair enough. And I think the moral is you can't come at the
This
OG
is the
of
first,
harassing people.
the first time it's done me any good, I think.
I like how you did hero point yourself into a critical failure at one point in this session. That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
From a 2 to a 1, it was fantastic. Yeah, I haven't got a response from Bijo, so yeah, we'll poke him on Discord, see what he thinks. But yeah, thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. Anybody who actually took time to watch this on YouTube or Twitch, doobly-doo, all that stuff. Let me know how many times I messed up rules. I need to learn.
Tell us about Eidolon rules, because it's very subjective.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. Can an Eidolon do stuff if the guy's unconscious? I don't know. I think you. I think the answer is yes, but we'll find out.
It looks like yes, yeah.
It looks like yes.
Within 100 feet.
Yeah.
Where's Malut's at?
Your loots. Yeah, we can talk loots real quick, I guess. We got
Yeah, give us loot.
We got 1 minute left. So that witch warden that was trying to very peacefully trade with you before you murdered her had some magic stuff on her.
Yeah, we've got some.
Man,
We've got the
loot
iron.
us. They came to murder and loot us.
We've got your raptor stuff back. We've got all of her shit. This was a.
It's true. It was a very successful negotiation.
It's good to get.
They brought it upon themselves.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah, that's what you're going with. I'm gonna add everything just to the party common loot, but I'll read out important things. So there are 2 talismans, or what? Yeah, they're called talismans. There are 2 talismans that you were looking to trade for. You don't know what they are yet, but I'll add them there. And they all have staffs. They all have. They're not wearing any armor. The witches. And they have material component pouches, and they have these things called dust pods, which you can look at what they do. But basically, they dazzle people when you throw them at them. They didn't get a chance to use them. So there's a lot of that going around. And the Dream Witched Warden has a runed battle axe that will require an Arcana check to decipher what it is. And he also had a chain shirt and Elixir of Life. You don't know.
Oh, that's terrible.
Even you do know.
I'll let you boy.
You wouldn't, except for the fact, like, basically based on the fight you just had against them, you realize that this is a +1 to hit ghost touch axe. So basically the fight, the way you saw the fight happen, it's a battle axe. You're pretty sure that this person is specialized in fighting dream monsters, in addition to being one. And that's it. I edited all the sheet. So basically it's a bunch of chain shirts, some staves, some axes. Do they have coins? They don't have coins. So yeah, it's all on the sheet, dust pods. And we'll call it there. Again, thanks for watching, thanks for playing. I'm going to stop the stream,
Thanks,
so
Joe.
have a good one.
Thanks.